Good morning, Mr. Fiken. How are you?
Good, thank you. Yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Parker.
Good morning, Mr. Reed. How are you doing this morning?
I'm good, thank you, sir. Good, thank you.
Okay. Okay.
All right, good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving today as the presiding judge. We are starting off this morning with our veterans docket. And so I noticed there are several people that are supposed to be with us on this morning. That docket is scheduled to start at 8:35. So what I'm going to do is I'll have the attorneys place your appearance on the record, and then hopefully the remainder of our veterans will join us. Mr. Reed.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Drug Court, Vet Court Defense Attorney, P23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you, and good morning.
All right, good morning, Mr. Reed, and your motion is granted. Mr. Fiken?
Thank you, and good morning, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P31894, Specialty Court Defense Attorney. I would make a similar motion, Your Honor.
All right, good morning, Mr. Fikens, and your motion is granted. Mr. Parker, good morning to you. If you could unmute and place your appearance on the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Jimmy Parker, Veterans Treatment Court Mentor.
All right, very good. Good morning, Mr. Parker. Ms. Ross, we started early. I forgot about that little 5 minutes. So you good. We're just, okay. Well, I'm still gonna wait for some of our other clients to join us on this morning, because yes, those couple of minutes can make a difference. Yes. So Ms. Ross, good morning. Place your appearance on the record.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ebony Robbs, Specialty Court Case Manager.
All right, thank you, Ms. Robbs. And then I see we have at least 3 of our veterans on this morning. Good morning to each of you. So glad to see you all. After our holiday, everybody is in one piece and doing well and all of those good things, I hope. And so we're going to get started after we give just a few more minutes. Ms. Ross, we're going to do the entire veterans docket before I release individuals, okay? Yes. And so you all have to stay for the hearings. Good morning to you, Ms. Wilson. Thank you for serving on today.
Good morning, Your Honor.
All right. And then All right, Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, you all should know that a new intake, are you a veteran, sir? Yes. All right, he's a regular intake, thank you. So let's get that breakout room, the conference room set up. And Mr. Reed, Mr. Ficus, you will be able to, one of you will be able to go in and let's get a jump start on our intake on today.
Yes, Judge, I will be doing the breakout room with the new intake, Judge, when that's available. Thank you.
Okay, very good. And Mr. Reed, for some reason, you're a little bit muffled on today. And so let's see if we can get that fixed.
Yes, Judge, I'll make some adjustments and maybe,
That's better right there.
oh, yes, Judge, thank you.
All right, very good. And good morning to you, Mentor Scott. If you could unmute for me and state your appearance, place your appearance on the record.
Thank you, and good morning, Your Honor. Kevin Scott, Veteran Court Mentor.
All right, thank you, and good morning. Thank you for serving on this morning. All right, we are ready to get started. They are getting the intake ready to go into the conference room. So as soon as they get that set up, I think Mr. Reed said that he would be going in with the new intake.
Yes, Judge.
All right.
And Your
Are there
Honor,
any other? Yes,
I'm sorry, I cut you off, Judge. I apologize.
that's okay.
There is a traffic matter, Mr. Al Garabli, who is set for 8:35. He needs to go into a breakout room at some point in time, Judge, and I'll be going in with him.
All right, we'll make that some point in time or sooner than later, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. So let's give it a second to get things set up. All right, the intake is going into the conference room right now. And so Ms. Wilson, if you could place them into a breakout room, Mr. Reed and the in-person defendant.
Thank you. I have the invitation.
All right. Very good. And then Mr. Ficus, you said there is a traffic matter. That person does not have their camera on if they're with us.
Hi, good morning.
Yes, thank you, sir.
I'm
All
here.
right, Mr. Ficus, are you ready to go in that breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Wilson, if you can make that happen, Mr. Al Garabli and Attorney Ficus will go into a breakout room.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have
And
the-
then after that, Ms. Robs. Oh, I lost Ms. Robs. Soon as I get Ms. Robs back, I'm gonna be ready. Oh, all right. We have to give Ms. Robs just a moment. She has 5 veterans that are here that are testing on this morning. And so she's going to come down and do the cases as soon as she can get them tested. And it's just going to be a matter of her verifying their identity and what type of test they're doing. So please give us a moment on this morning. While we're doing that, we can do a little bit of our hearing. I'm gonna have the veterans that are with us on this morning. I wanna know, how did your holiday go? Mr. Stitt, I'm gonna start with you. How was your holiday? You have to unmute for me, Mr. Stitt.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How was your holiday, Mr. Stitt?
It was okay. I didn't celebrate anything. We're here working. We're like doing a spring cleaning here at the job. Whole bunch of projects going.
All right, all right. And so you were working.
Yes, yes.
All
Yes.
right. Did you have any issues during the holiday?
No, no issues, just a little bit of problem solving down here at the job. That's about it. No,
Okay.
no.
And were you able to problem solve?
Oh, yes, ma'am, I was. Yes, Your Honor. Yes, I was.
All
Yes.
right. All right. Very good. Very good. And you were able to stay on track with your program, right?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, I keep real busy.
Wonderful.
I keep real busy. I keep real busy. It's work and home. Work and go home and go to sleep and back to work. That's about it. Yes.
All right. Well, you know, I do want, and I'll put this in Ms. Rob's hearing as well. I want you to get some pro-social activities going before you leave us. Things that you do to enjoy life. Because if you're just working and going home, then when you leave us, you might go buck wild. We don't want that. We want to see you have a good time and be sober, especially while you are with us.
Actually, I'm pretty much a Western buff. I've watched Maverick.
You watch Maverick? Okay. All right. Listen.
Yes.
Yes. Listen, Mr. Stitt, I don't want you to do like I did when I went away to college. You know, my mother, she reigned with an iron fist. I got to college and I had me a good time. I had a real good time. I was surprised I got a degree, but I got one because they gave it to me. And they gave it to me with my name on it. And I walked across that stage and I was salutatory. And I said, me? And I did. Yes, sir. So I don't want you to do that. I want you to have a good time while you're with us.
Yes.
And then make sure you're able to take some of those pro-social activities with you once you leave us, okay? How about that?
Yes. Actually, I've got my eye on a certain female. I've been single for a long time.
Oh, Mr. Stitt, now you know I'm writing this down. You know I am. I'm writing it down. All right. So you gotta learn some good pro-social activities.
Yes, I'm it's in the workings. I'm taking it one step at a time. Don't want to move too fast. Don't want to be anxious.
There you go.
Too anxious.
There you go. Don't be anxious, but listen, you got to find some things to do that's fun. Bowling, skating, picnics. I mean, bike riding. Yes.
Yeah, I'm good at bike ride. Yes. I like
I
bike.
know.
Yeah, I usually ride down the Belle Isle during the summertime and just lay in the water.
All right. See? All right, Mr. Stitt. Do you have any questions for the team this morning?
I just want to talk to Mrs. Robs later, personally. That's all. I've been trying to talk to her.
All right, so Ms. Robs is in the courtroom. I'm going to place Mr. Stitt's case number on the record. And then Ms. Robs, I know that we staffed on yesterday. You reported that he did not have any issues. He's in compliance with the program, and I'll give you an opportunity if there's anything else you need to add. So for Mr. Stitt, I have case number 0537452. Ms. Robs, anything additional?
Good morning, Your Honor. As indicated yesterday, staff for Mr. Stitt is in full compliance. No issues to report at this time, Your Honor.
All right, very good. We also have Mr. Kusheri in the courtroom. Good morning, Mr. Kusheri.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Place your appearance on the record for me.
Daniel Kusheri, Veterans Justice Outreach Coordinator with the Detroit VA.
All right, good to see you in person, sir. Good to see you. All right, did you have anything to add other than what we talked about in staffing as to Mr. Stitt?
There's nothing further.
All right, wonderful, thank you. All right, Mr. Stitt, from the mentors, anything that you'd like to add as to Mr. Stitt? Mr. Parker?
Yes, Shannon. Thank you. Good morning again. Nothing really other than the fact that he's he keeps himself busy and he calls me on a regular basis. We talk and laugh and kind of lets me know everything's going well and that he's having a good time even at work. And I guess that can be possible sometimes, but other than that, he's doing well. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Ms. Robs, what's next for Mr. Stitt?
Your Honor, a face-to-face with Mr. Stitt on May 10th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. And then a return of court date of May 17th, 2022.
What about May 19th for the graduation?
Yes, Your Honor, forgive me. Mr. Stitt will have a, Your Honor, is it okay for him to have a return court date on the 19th?
Yes, ma'am. That's gonna count. So the graduation, which is mandatory for everyone, everyone is required to attend. Save the date, May 19th. I'm not taking any excuses. It is going to count as a court date unless you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Then you're gonna see me multiple times that week or that month. And so you're going to come to the graduation. So your next court date, your face-to-face will be May 10th. Your court date will be May 19th. We're putting you on at 8:35, and Ms. Ross will give everybody instructions on what they need to do on the day of graduation, okay?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
All
Yes.
right. All right, very good. If nothing else, Mr. Stitt, hang in there with us for a few moments. We're going to continue to go. And then I'm going to celebrate all of our veterans on this morning as we usually do. So let's celebrate Mr. Stitt. Thank you, Mr. Stitt, for your
Thank you,
service.
Your
I
Honor.
appreciate you. I certainly do. All right, let's do it, Ms. Robbs. I'm gonna place you on mute, Mr. Stitt, but stay with us and stay engaged, please. All right, I'm gonna go to Mr. Purry. Mr. Purry, I'm going to ask you to unmute. I have case number U58. I thought Mr. Purry was a face-to-face.
He is, Your Honor.
Mr. Purry, you just want to see our faces today.
I do.
Here's our face. You see my face?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Purry, you're a face-to-face today, but you're doing well, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, no issues to report. You're gonna talk with Ms. Robbs on today? No, you're not gonna talk to Ms. Robbs?
You breaking up, Your Honor.
I'm breaking up. Am I breaking up to everybody else?
Yes, ma'am.
No, that means that's your system that's janky this morning. I'm good. He's not supposed to even be on
All
here.
right.
Miss Rob, call him. I also have, and let's make sure both of Mr. Purry's cases are together. No, he's actually on my docket twice. So, all right.
Yep.
So Mr. Purry's gonna have a conversation with Miss Robbs on today. And Miss Robbs, what would be his face-to-face?
Your Honor, Mr. Purry will have a face-to-face for May 3rd, 2022 at 10:35 a.m.
And then his return report would be graduation, May 19th, 2022.
Yes, Your Honor.
At 8:35. All right, very good. Mr. Purry, Miss Ross is going to connect with you after court, okay? I don't know if you can hear me. All right. Take care of yourself. Thank you for your service, sir. All right. All right, take care. All right, let's keep going. I see Mr. O'Brien is on this morning. Mr. O'Brien, I have the following for you, 210-611-8501. It is so hot in here. Can we turn on, good morning, Mr. Griffin. Can we turn on this fan and prop that door open? I have a fan on, but it is, yes, I know it's a security measure, but I got something for them if they try to come in here.
She wants fan, I'll turn towards her, please, and prop that door.
Well, you might want to blow the fan out to the courtroom.
That way?
Yes, I have a fan on me, but we just need to have some air circulating. So if we open that door, do we have a chair we can prop in that door or something, anything?
Yeah, we got a chair. Matt, can you take one of those chairs and
I'm sorry, you all, it's smoking in here today.
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, he got one. Mr. Kucheri got one.
Thank you, Mr. Kucheri. All right, let's see if we can get some air flowing in here. All right, Thank you, officer. Thank you, Mr. Rosenthal. All right, let's do it, Mr. Aubrey. I have the following for you, 210-611-8501. State your full name for the record.
Marcus Lane O'Brien. Excuse the noise, Your Honor. I'm outside on the dock, so there's more active. The truckers are more active than usual.
That's okay. I'm just glad to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, Your Honor. I'm doing fine. I'm a little
Very
overwhelmed,
good.
but you know, everything that I've been given, I'm handling everything, and I'm handling it well.
All right, Ms. Robs reporting and staffing that you are back on track. Are you feeling good about being back on track?
Yes, I'm feeling very good. I have to admit, my spirit was not in a good place at all. And like I always say, I'm a strong person, but I'm a strong person going up, and I'm a very strong person when I'm down. But it took the strength of your team that really gave me some words that touched my heart in a big way, not a little way, a big way. And it woke me up. It woke me up. It's kind of like the parable when the sheep is in the mud. You know, they came out in the mud and they pulled me off the mud and they wiped me down. And I'm good today, Your Honor.
You're good.
And I appreciate that.
All right, Mr. O'Brien. All right, we're here. We're here for you, and we will come out and help you to get back on track. As long as you have a will to work it and to be in recovery, we are going to help you get there, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Are you having any issues, any obstacles that you need us to help you with?
No, like I said, it's a lot of things now. You know, with the breathalyzers, I have to wake up certain times at night and then go back to sleep. Sometimes I can't go back to sleep. My wife, she's shipped off back to Africa. So I'm cooking and cleaning and washing and marketing and all that good stuff on top of working. But, you know, that's just, for me, that's not a bad thing. That's the thing that I'm alive and I'm living. And I appreciate that today. And I appreciate the opportunity to live and to do better. You know, and I really want to thank you guys for that.
Yes, sir. And we thank you for taking advantage of the opportunity, for not giving up. Giving up is so easy. And so thank you for not giving up. Ms. Robs did report yesterday that you're doing well, that you're back on track. And then also, I need you to connect with Mr. Alexander. Dr.
It's
Alexander.
so hard to reach him, Your Honor. It's very, very hard. We play phone tag. He sends messages, I send messages, he sends messages, and we just not able to connect.
All right. Then between Ms. Robs and Mr. Kusheri, I need another place for him to do the service that I'd like Dr. Alexander to provide. So let's get that done.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So you'll hear from Ms. Robs, get with Ms. Robs. And actually, I'm saying for you to get with Ms. Robs, and so that Ms. Robs can direct you to another place or service to provide these counseling that I believe that you could benefit from right now. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Very good. Do you have any questions for the team today, Mr. O'Brien?
No, I think I'm gonna need to talk to Mr. Kusheri about some outpatient. I have a spinal thing in my back, and the hospital is giving me trouble about occupational therapy that my doctor prescribed. So I figure I'll just go to the vet and put all that bureaucracy I'm going through the hospital.
All right. So, Mr. Kusheri, will you be able to connect with Mr. O'Brien to see what his concerns are and see what medical services can be provided to him?
Yes, Your Honor. I'll reach out to you, Mr. O'Brien, and we can discuss and try and get you taken care of through the VA.
Did you hear that, Mr. O'Brien?
I just heard here reach out, and that's it.
All right. All right. Mr. Kusheri, he said he'll reach out. Okay?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Honor.
All right. Very good. Ms. Robs, is there anything additional to report?
Your Honor, as reported in staff on yesterday, Mr. O'Brien is in full compliance. No issues at this time.
Wonderful. Mr. Parker, anything additional to report as to Mr. O'Brien?
No, Your Honor. When we spoke, he was doing well. He and I just happened to call him while he was at the airport with his wife, so we didn't talk very long. But he was doing well, and you know, let me know that everything was going good with him. And I'm glad to hear that you know, he's in the compliance and that he is doing well. Mr. Aubrey, he's a strong young man, and you know, if something gets him down, he'll pop right back and he'll pop right back up. So, and that's a good thing. So be encouraged, Mr. Aubrey. I hope everything worked well with you at VA. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. If nothing else, Ms. Robs, what are the return to court dates for Mr. Aubrey?
Your Honor, the return to court date of May 10th, 2022 at 8:35. And then May 19th for the mandatory graduation at 8:35 a.m.
All right, so this is what I'm gonna have you do. Do a face-to-face with him on May 10th, and then he'll return to court May 19th for the graduation.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, let's do it that way. All right, Mr. Aubrey. So I want you to hang in there. We're glad you're back on track. I need everyone to join me in thanking Mr. Aubrey for his service to this country. Thank you so much, Mr. Aubrey. I need you to hang in there with us until we finish our veteran docket, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Let me see. I don't see anyone else in the court virtual, so I'm gonna start in the courtroom. Let's do it. Is that Mr. Warhurst? Come on, Mr. Warhurst. Does Mr. Warhurst have an in-person today? He does. All right, I have case number U447-46318 and U448-88318. For Mr. Warhurst, state your full name for me, Mr. Warhurst.
Ralph Anthony Warhurst.
Look at you. I get to see you in living color. Yeah.
Daniel in person.
Listen, I didn't know you had all that hair.
Right.
Turn around. Yeah.
I'm growing it. I'm going to donate it to that cause, that Locks of Love. I was actually doing it out of defiance to begin with, I'll be honest with you. But as it was growing, I was going to cut it off recently. Then I heard about that organization. So I said, well, I can grow it a little longer, you know. So
I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. All right, very good. Listen, this is what I'm going to do. For those of you who are in the virtual courtroom, because you all can't see, we have about 5 veterans that are in the courtroom. I'm going to excuse the virtual courtroom, the cases that I've done. I'm going to excuse you all. And then I'm going to have the individuals that are in person, they will stay until I have finished everyone in person. How does that work for everyone?
Yes.
That works well. All right, so if I've done your hearing and you're in the virtual courtroom, you are excused. Take good care of yourself. And thank you for your service. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All
Judge,
right.
I have a question.
All right. Well, you're not even scheduled to be on my docket today. What's your question, sir?
I have 2 appointments today. One of them is 8:35 and the other is 10:35. Is that correct?
Now, how would I know that? You need to reach out to Ms. Rives.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, give her
All
an
right, thank
opportunity to call you.
All right.
Bro, you're gonna take off that hat in my courtroom. Take that off. All right. Very good. Let's do it. Mr. Warhurst, tell me what's going on with you. Did you have a good holiday?
Yes, I did. I was sharing with Ms. Rod yesterday. A year ago, my youngest granddaughter didn't even know who I was. Saturday, Easter weekend, I was over at my daughter's house, and she wanted me to hold her. So I'm holding her, and she said, "Oh, Grandpa, I love you." You know, it's still very dear to mine.
Oh, and a year ago, she didn't even know who you were.
So, yeah, it was a good day.
So recovery is working for you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's something about that grandbaby's love. It's just so pure and
Oh, yeah.
undefiled and yeah. This morning, my granddaughter came out to the car when I was leaving and said, Granny, I want $20 for the book fair. And so I said, $20. Okay. And I go in my purse and I give her $20. And you know, my son wasn't having it. He's like, if I had asked you for $20 for a book fair, you would have ran me over with your car. I said, you're right. I've been like $20, that's grocery money. And that's money I need to pay lights and gas. And I'm like, but I like her. I didn't like you. I like her. Yeah. Not only do I love her, I like her. And so those grandbabies, look, do everything that you can do to stay in her life.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, grandparents are a place of refuge. Absolutely. And you know, as we did growing up, we went through different things. And some of us, we didn't have grandparents that were open or available or even alive, right? And so I have found that my oldest is 10. I am a place of refuge for her. I'm going to tell, and I love her. So it's not somebody outside of, you know, that would tell her something wrong or encourage her to do something wrong. And so I realized that's a real important role for grandparents. So do everything that you can do to stay in her life.
Oh, yeah.
So that when she has friends telling her, you know, you could do this and do that. And she'll come in and say, what do you think about this? And you'll get to give her the right information. Yeah, and she'll listen because they think we're golden.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes, absolutely. Listen, recovery looks good on you. It looks good on you. I want you to continue, Mr. Warhurst.
Yes,
I do.
I plan to.
All right. I heard that you're doing some work. Wait a minute. I heard a lot of things in staff yesterday. I heard you got a license. I heard you purchased a motor vehicle. I am just so excited for you.
You know what? I have insurance on.
You better.
Just get insurance policy to get my plate said, all right, I'm done with insurance. Paying it every month, coming right out of my bank account. I'm like, wow, this is growth, you know?
Look at you. And he has insurance. I hope you all heard that.
And you know what? I drive by the police now, wave at them before I say, I hope you like turn down this street so we don't see me.
That's right. Wave at him.
Yeah, wave at them now. Okay.
Because you're driving clean. I love it.
Next to him, like, hey, how you doing today?
I love it. I love it. Mr. Warhurst, good things are happening to you and for you. Do you think that your recovery is connected to any of these great things that are happening?
All of it. All of it.
Yeah.
Because looking back on it, I mean, my life was a mess, you know, and I always just struggled through it the best I could. And you know, it was just a fight constant, you know. Now it just, you know, problems come up, but I deal with them differently now. I solve them instead of running away from them or just ignoring them, you know. No, it's a great life.
I love it. I love it. Very good. All right, Mr. Kushiri, anything additional to report on Mr. Warhurst?
No, Your Honor, nothing further. Mr. Warhurst, it's good to see you in person.
Yes, you too, Dan.
Congratulations on the good news.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Miss Robs, what about you?
Your Honor, as reported yesterday in staff, Mr. Warhurst is in full compliance at this time, no issue.
He is. All right, Mr. Scott?
Thank you, Your Honor. Yes, needless to say, Your Honor, Mr. Warhurst is doing his thing, obviously. I did not know he had a vehicle or none of that, but I see Mr. Warhurst, and he looks like a young Peter Frampton with his locks flowing all down his back. I see him at the VA. He's always happy and upbeat. Mr. Warhurst has really done a phenomenal job from starting from day one when he came here. I'm really proud of Mr. Warhurst. He has really done fantabulous. So congratulations to you, Mr. Warhurst.
Thank
Yes.
you, Mr. Scott.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, you want to say anything?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, sir, working the program. Congratulations on the driver's license. And I believe I saw your name on the graduation list for May. And if that's correct, congratulations on that. Keep up the good work, Mr. Warhurst. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
All right, you're getting ready to do the big plunge to graduate and start a whole new chapter in life, a better chapter, a whole new book. How about that? A whole new book. Any questions for the team?
No,
All right.
not that I can think of.
I hope that your wife and your family will be able to come to the graduation.
I'll be able to get my mother, my son, he works 7 days, and my daughter, she's extremely busy, but I'll pick my mother up and bring her here.
All right, very good. They should see this progress that you've made. You've done a phenomenal job. All right, if no questions, Ms. Robbs, what's next? I know they've got, listen, we're doing it big for our graduates this year. And I'm so excited about that through the city of Detroit, under the leadership of Mayor Mike Duggan and his team. I mean, I'm impressed. I'm overwhelmed when I get the emails about what they are willing to contribute and how they are willing to support the people that we love and care about and that we've been with. I'm just overwhelmed. And so we've not had that done before with any other administration. And so I just want you all to keep that in mind. They are going to treat you well for graduation. Yes, absolutely. Not just the graduates, but also even the people that are in the program. You are going to be treated very well. And so we are so grateful to the city of Detroit. And as I indicated, under the leadership of Mayor Duggan. And so, Ms. Robbs, what's next?
Your Honor, face-to-face with Mr. Warhurst on May 10th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. And then, Your Honor, he is a candidate for graduation on May 19th, 8:35 a.m.
All right, there you go, Mr. Warhurst. You got it. I need you to hang around with me for a little while until I finish your peers in the courtroom, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
I need everybody to join me in thanking Mr. Warhurst for his service to this country. Thank you, Mr. Warhurst. Yes. All right, very good.
It's the first time I ever look forward to going to court.
And you're excited about coming to court. What's going on here?
Yes, I couldn't believe it. I was thinking, I'm happy to see a judge.
Thank you. All right, very good. All right, Ms. Robbs, who do we have up next?
Your Honor, we can do Mr. Dennis McKinley.
All right, Mr. McKinley, come on and join us. Good morning, Mr. McKinley.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you this morning, Mr. McKinley?
Fine. Yourself, thank you.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. All right. Let me place your case number on the record. I have 210-567-6801. State your full name for me.
Dennis McKinley.
All right, Mr. McKinley, I am so proud of you. I received a good report for the holiday.
Thank you.
I am very, very proud of you. The holidays can be tough for everybody. It can be brutal, but you did it.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me how you got through it. I want to know.
Well, I stayed pretty busy, actually. I stayed focused. Stayed focused more so than busy, so that kind of pulled me through and carried me through.
All right, what did you stay focused on?
Stay focused on recovery and stay focused on accomplishing things I need to accomplish first.
Keep your voice up for me.
Yes, I stay focused on recovery, stay focused on some things that I need to accomplish personally in terms of my finances and things that I need to, yes.
All right, very good, very good. Did you have any difficulties or struggles with staying focused?
No, ma'am, it turned out pretty good. Thanks to 36 district staff and VA staff and my family, and my friends, thank you.
Yes, all right. We're all rooting for you, Mr. McKinley. We really are. We had an opportunity to staff your case on yesterday. And so I was so excited when Ms. Robb shared that you stayed on track during the holiday. And when I say that, I want you all to know that that really is a big deal because we had a lot of people that fell off during the holiday.
Yes, ma'am.
We did. We came back to work after the Easter break, which was only Friday. And then we came back on Monday and it was something else. It was, yeah. It was something else. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
A lot of people just gave up, went out, did what they wanted to do. And so I appreciate each one of you who were able, if you were able to stay on track and pick up and not pick up a substance, but pick up a resource that we've equipped you with and you've used it during the holidays to navigate what can sometimes be some really choppy waters. And so I really appreciate that. There was a couple of people that I was getting messages and texts on all the way up to Easter Sunday night. You had fallen off and was, going way out. And so, because we take you all home with us, I think I speak for the team. None of us clocked out on Thursday and said, I'm done with specialty court. We all still had our ears open and our hearts and arms open, ready to do whatever we needed to do. And there were people that fell off and had to call on us for services during the holidays. So thank you for not being one of those people. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And I think I can speak on behalf of my peers here with me. We appreciate you all. Thank you all, because we feel your hearts.
Yeah. Yes. All right. Let me hear I do want to encourage you, stay connected to your VA services.
Yes.
Stay connected. That's a part of my order, and I want to encourage you to do that. They have wonderful resources at the VA. The good thing is we have a direct connect with Ms. Kusheri, so no reason why we shouldn't, avail ourselves of those services. And so stay connected to your VA services, all right?
Yes.
All right, very good. Mr. Kusheri, anything you want to add as to Mr. McKinley?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Good morning again. Well, let's discuss staffing. I just wanted to say, Mr. McKinley, it's nice to see you in person. I'm glad you're doing well.
Thank you, Mr. Sheriff.
I look forward to working with you in person more.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Ms. Ross, anything else to add as to Mr. McKinley?
Your Honor, I report on staff that Mr. McKinley is in full compliance at this time, no issues.
All right, very good. What's next for Mr. McKinley?
Your Honor, is it possible to do a face-to-face with Mr. McKinley on May 10th at 10:35, and then he'll return to court on 5/19 for the graduation at 8:35 a.m.
Sounds good to me. Works for you, Mr. McKinley?
It works, yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in celebrating and thanking Mr. McKinley for his service. Thank you, Mr. McKinley. Thank you. And I failed to hear from your mentor, Mr. Scott. Is there anything you'd like to add?
No, I just, me and Mr. McKinley had a really long heart-to-heart conversation, and he really just shared some things, and I think his focus is where it really needs to be. And I appreciate his transparency in that. So kudos to Mr. McKinley for just, making himself vulnerable and get some things off his chest. So.
All right. Yes. Thank you, Mr. McKinley.
Thank you.
All right. I'm going to have you have a seat until we finish all of our veterans. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Who do we have up next, Ms. Robbs?
Your Honor, could you have Mr. Clarence Dillard?
Mr. Dillard, come and join us. Good morning to you. How are you this morning? I get to see everybody in person on this morning. I'm gonna do like they do at TSA. Just pull your mask down for a quick second. There you go. All right, put it back up. I just need to make sure I know who you are. There you go. All right, very good. Thank you. All right, very good. All right, let me place your case number on the record. I have 210-567-6801. Nope, that's the wrong number. I need to call Mr. Dillard's number, and that is ZA054161. Mr. Dillard, state your full name for me, please.
Clarence Edwin Dillard.
All right, very good. How are you, Mr. Dillard?
I'm okay. What about yourself?
I'm doing very well. I am. Did you have a good holiday?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
You did? What did you do during the holiday?
Just rested.
You rested. That's not a bad thing to do.
And I did a little bit of work, I like to work with my hands a lot, so it kind of calms me down.
Good for you. So what kind of work did you do with your hands?
The masonry and carpentry.
Look at you. All right, very good. And then you said that's calming for you.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, something positive. Very good. I had an opportunity to staff your case yesterday, and I heard you got your state ID.
Oh, yes.
Are you happy about that?
Yes, I am.
I know you are. Congratulations to you. Hold on to it. Hold on to it. I was also informed that you had some things that, from a health-wise perspective, that you need to follow up on, right?
Oh, yes. In fact, I have, my doctor was out of town. I have an appointment tomorrow morning at 8:45. And, yeah. And I got my sober link, so I work with that every day.
Okay.
And, you know, it's a good thing, that sober link.
Yeah.
I know you have to, do the drop thing to find out about other things, other specimens, whatever other things, but, as far as that, sober link, you don't have time to drink.
There you go. They own you, right?
All day, you know, but, other than that, you know, I'm doing pretty good, and, I've got with the VA, they put me on I went through my intake and everything, and, they get me together with see the eye doctors and, my, you know, physical things that I need to be taken care of.
There you
And then
go.
right with me, I got my tablets and everything, go through with the, studies and the meetings and everything like that. So everybody just coming right together with me.
There you go. All hands on deck to make sure that you're good.
Yeah, start here.
Start here. There you go. All right. We don't mind starting that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Ms. Brown, she's good with cycle fast.
Yeah, yeah. Miss Rouse, did you hear that? You heard it. Okay, I won't repeat it then.
I love every minute of it.
Yes, yes. Miss Rouse truly cares about the veterans, and it shows. And she's not just being a pest. She really does care.
I know I say that in a good way.
I know. It's a good pest, right? Because she really does care.
And it never turn my positives into negatives.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying there?
Okay, no, tell me what you mean by
You know,
that.
when you go and drop and you get a positive.
Okay.
What I'm saying, my positives are becoming negatives.
There you go. There you go. That's what we love. That's what we love. All right. No struggles during the holidays?
Oh, no. Like I said, I just relaxed and, where I work at and where I stay, hotel, whatever, you know, I stay busy.
Okay.
I stay busy and, I don't have time to do anything. Like I say, turning my positives into negatives.
Yes. There you go. Listen, I can't impress upon you enough. Follow up with your medical things.
Right.
Follow up, follow up, follow up. Don't miss any appointments. Don't make any excuses. Go. Because you have to treat your body well, right?
Right.
In order for your body to treat you well.
Right.
So make sure you're following up, okay?
Yes. Now that thing, about the sober, like, you know, they hit me, at twice, calling off the random numbers, random colors.
Yes.
So like you said, I can do that one time and then do the other one, so I don't have to hit the weekend so early, but in the week, I do try to get out there anyway to drop. You know,
Okay.
and then like on the weekends, when they call me when the bus is running, I just keep on going.
Okay, but now make sure you get with Ms. Robbs
Right.
so that you're not doing more than what the court has ordered, okay? Because I did one random and then he's got to be on the sober link. And it's on a case-by-case basis for those that are listening, case-by-case basis. Yes, circumstances that warrant that type of regimen. And so Ms. Robbs, but just make sure he's not doing more than what the court has ordered.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Kusheri, anything additional you need to add as to Mr. Dillard?
Thank you, Your Honor. No, nothing additional from staffing. I just wanted to say, Mr. Dillard, it's nice to see you in person. I'm Danko, I'm a social worker from the VA. We've talked a bunch of times. It's nice to meet you in person. Welcome to the program. You're doing great.
Thank you.
All right, very good. Ms. Ross, anything additional?
Your Honor, as reported in staffing on yesterday, Mr. Dillard is on track. No issues at this time.
Wonderful. Mr. Scott, anything you'd like to add? Mentor.
I have spoken with Mr. Dillard on several occasions. Unfortunately, and the onus is on me, Your Honor. I have not been by to see him face to face, but I will definitely make a concerted effort this week to see Mr. Dillard. But he was very accommodating and very engaging with me. So I look forward to meeting him face to face.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Dillard?
Yes.
All right, very good. If nothing else from any of the other team members, as to Mr. Dillard, I am going to have Ms. Ross give us dates.
Yes, Your Honor. Would it be okay, Your Honor, to do a face-to-face on May 10th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. and for Mr. Dillard to attend the graduation on May 19th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
Absolutely. Did you get that, Mr. Dillard?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, very good. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Dillard for his service to this country and his service to us. Thank you, Mr. Dillard. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. All right, I'm gonna have you have a seat until I finish up the Veterans Treatment Court docket. Ms. Ross, who do we have up next?
Your Honor, Mr. Aaron Adams.
All right, Mr. Adams, where are you? Good morning.
Good morning.
I see you. I'm gonna place your case number on the record, Z808-1351. Mr. Adams, state your full name for me.
Aaron Frederick Adams.
All right, do this real quick for me. Let me see your, there you go. All right, put it back on. All right, I see you. How are you this morning, Mr. Adams?
In there. I lost my stepfather.
I heard.
And, my baby got me on track though, that little one. I had to be around to save her because they always want to whoop on her, so I had to keep up with her now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. How are you handling the loss of your stepfather?
I do a lot better than I did last time. I don't even worry about it now, just deal with it.
Yeah. All
I
right.
didn't backslide this side.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I had a good Easter too.
You did. You know,
I had the baby.
You did.
I saved up and getting a lot of whooping.
You saved up.
They always want to whoop on my baby.
Everybody needed Uncle Adams, Uncle Aaron, right?
I want to get off bike, but his wealth is messed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Adams, what you doing to take care of yourself?
Well, when I leave here, I gotta go to Chris to see about my eye again. I gotta go twice this week to keep from losing my eye.
Okay, you're gonna do it? You're gonna follow?
When I leave here, I'm going. I'm
All right.
walking patient.
You're gonna walk in?
Yeah, I gotta walk in. I was in there yesterday.
Okay.
So
All right.
I'm doing all right.
All right. And so, Mr. Adams, first of all, I do want to give our condolences with respect to your stepfather. I also want to just tell you how much I appreciate the fact that you did not pick up any substance during this crisis. I appreciate that. I know. You don't want to have to deal with Miss Ross.
No.
Miss Ross, that's right. That's right.
No.
There you go. So I'm very proud of you for being able to persevere through that. And then I'm also concerned, we talked about in staffing, the availability of the team at DRP.
Yeah.
And so I've spoken with Ms. Robs about that because I need them to be available.
Yeah.
I need them to be able to help you through crisis. That's the whole purpose of us connecting with them. And so Ms. Robs, as I indicated in staffing, if they're not able to do that, let's look at another service, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's look at connecting him to another service so that we can, I'm just not lowering my standard. I'm just not, I'm working with folks. I will work with people, but we still have a standard to uphold. And I need folks to be available, especially when you are in crisis. And so we'll work on that. Ms. Robs will work on that. There were also some recommendations that Ms. Robs made in staffing. Mr. Adams, have you had an opportunity to talk about those recommendations with him?
I have not, Your Honor.
Okay, so I'm not gonna do it today on the record. I'm gonna let you talk to Mr. Adams about those recommendations, and then we'll have some conversation about it, okay? I'm glad I asked first. All right. Now, Mr. Adams, you still trying to get that DD 214, right?
Yeah, I need that.
All right, what we doing? How we helping Mr. Adams get that DD 214? Are we?
Yes, Your Honor, we will meet, I need for Mr. Adams to stay here today, Your Honor, so that I can follow up with getting him online to do online application.
Yes.
And or if that does not work, Your Honor, then to actually call the number to get him linked, to get his, begin a process to start his journey for his DD 214.
All right, because he needs that DD 214. It's hard to get any service without it. All right, very good. With that, Ms. Robs, you also made a recommendation in staffing on yesterday to promote Mr. Adams to phase 2. And so I'm gonna have you make the record as to why you're making that recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Adams, Your Honor, has done extremely well. We did have a minor setback, but Mr. Adams was able to get himself back on track and on task. Your Honor, he has been fully compliant with his scram tether. We haven't had any issues or any negative reports with regard to that. Your Honor, he's been compliant with his testing. He's coming up to the court, consistently keeping in contact. Your Honor, he deserves at this point, I believe, to be promoted because, Mr. Adams is very resilient. And I can tell Your Honor, based on, his consistency that he's dedicated to his recovery. And I make the recommendation on today, Your Honor, for promotion to phase 2.
All right, thank you, Ms. Robs. There were no objections in staffing, and so I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in congratulating Mr. Adams on his promotion to phase 2. Congratulations, Mr. Adams, congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, you're doing the work, sir, and we're proud of you. All right, Mr. Scott, is there anything you'd like to add as to Mr. Adams?
No, not this time, Your Honor. Ms. Robs and I have had some communication on some things that we want to try to assist Mr. Adams with. So I'll connect back with her to see how we want to move forward with regards to that.
All right, very good, very good. Ms. Robs, if nothing else, what's next for Mr. Adams?
Your Honor, if allowed, face-to-face with Mr. Adams on May 10th, 2022 at 10:35 p.m. and a return to court date of 5/19/2022 for the graduation, Your Honor, at 8:35.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Adams? All right.
She'll
remind you. All right, I see. All right, I need everybody to join me in thanking Mr. Adams for his service to this country. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. All right, very good. Who do we have up next? Have a seat until we're done.
Oh, yeah.
All right, who do we have up next?
Your Honor, Mr. William Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown.
How you doing?
I am doing well. How are you?
Just fine.
Just fine. I love it. All right, I have the following for Mr. Brown. I have case number 18044104001. Mr. Brown, state your full name for me.
William Nathaniel Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown, good to see you this morning.
Thank you.
I'm gonna have you do this so I can check. Not on this occasion. All right. Let me have you pull it down. Let me just see you real quick. Do that so I can see you.
Okay.
There you go. All right, put it back up. Put it back up. All right. Y'all not gonna all look like strangers to me at the graduation on the 19th. All right, very good. Make sure that you do. We're telling our clients that they have to have their mask and all of those things, because we're going to be very, very careful to make sure we all come in there healthy and we leave out healthy. Absolutely. All right, very good. All right, Mr. Brown, how did you do over the holiday?
Well, I did pretty good on the holiday. Well, it's just a little different, but.
A little different?
But what I'm saying, I'm just taking a day at a time,
Okay, all right. And so I heard in staffing that you were having some issues with getting your car started to start with the Smart Start.
Yes, I have an older car.
Okay.
And once they put that on the car, I had 2 mechanics to come out and well, they went all this, examined it, and they determined that the ignition switch that they connected up to it is going bad. But I already had spent money on putting a new battery and new sensors, and because I don't have a newer car because of the license thing. I didn't have my license in order to obtain a newer car. So it's like an older car, so I'm having a problem with blowing. And sometimes I'm blowing and they say blow harder. And when I blow harder, they say, it's different phrases that they're taking me through. So I'm having a little problem with that.
All right. Have you reached out to Smart Start to let them know?
I called them. That's the only thing I can do. Just call them and let them know what's going on. And they say eventually I have a complete lockout on it. And that I have to bring the car in, but I don't know how they do that. Would they release the car once back? I mean, once they check the car out, will they release it back?
Oh yes, they won't keep your car. No, they're not gonna keep your car.
They say once it's shut out, I'm gonna have to take the car I'm gonna have to take the car in.
All right, Ms. Robs, why don't we reach out to Smart Start and let's be proactive instead of waiting for him to get locked out? let's have them look at it and see if there's anything on their end that they need to do, and have them look at it and see if they can make recommendations as to what he needs to do on his end to keep the car working, okay?
Yes, you're right.
Let's not wait until you get locked out, all right?
Yeah.
All right, very good, very good. All right, so in staffing, we also talked about some assessments that have been done with respect to the VA, and there was a recommendation that was made, and it's my understanding that you opted out of it. And so I was a little disturbed to hear that, because in this program, treatment is mandatory. If you don't need treatment, then you don't need, this program isn't for you.
And that is what you're on?
I'm sorry?
What is that to do with?
Your treatment.
Treatment?
Yes, sir. Outpatient treatment.
Oh, okay, well, it's a new thing that they do have there that, they say that I could consume. Is that the thing you're talking about?
No, what you talking about?
Well, they have a medication that if you want to, like go into, the urge of anything, you know.
Oh, like Vivitrol, is that what he's speaking of?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so medically assisted treatment.
That was discussed in addition to the outpatient treatment. And he ended up opting for community meetings via AA.
Okay, so, and thank you, Mr. Kashiri, for clarifying that. But here's the problem. You're not gonna be able to opt out of outpatient treatment. The assessment is that you need outpatient treatment. I'm not saying that he can't opt out of medically assisted treatment. That's something that the doctors and he should have some conversation about, and that's gonna be his decision. So I'm not saying that. What I am saying is that you have been clinically assessed as needing outpatient treatment. And so you must do outpatient treatment, okay?
Okay, now, question on that, how do I know when they want me to come in, but I just have to walk in?
Well, Mr. Kucheri is here today. Mr. Kucheri can probably tie up some loose ends today, maybe even get him set up for his, I don't know if he has to reassess or just be scheduled for his treatment, Mr. Kucheri. I'm not sure how that works, but I'm certain you can give him some information to point him in the right direction so that we can get that outpatient treatment going. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. We will absolutely speak today and get you set up with something. I have some concerns related to telehealth. When he was working with his devices, there was some challenges navigating through the technology. So I just want to go over his options and see what his preference is for face-to-face versus tele. And we can set him up at the VA, or he is welcome to engage in outpatient treatment using his insurance. As long as we have a release to get treatment dates and know what he's doing, I'm satisfied with that. And we'll go over all the options to make sure that he gets what he needs.
All right. Did you hear that, Mr. Brown?
No, not quite. My hearing is, I'm supposed to be getting
Hearing aid?
hearing aid today, and I got an appointment today.
All right, Mr. Brown. All right. So this is what we'll do. Mr. Kucheri is gonna have that conversation with you when we get off the record.
Yeah.
And that way he can make sure that you're able to hear everything that he's saying. But this is what I want you to hear. Can you hear me?
Yes.
You are going to do outpatient treatment.
Okay.
All right. Secondly, if you can't do it through telehealth because you're having issues with your device, then you're gonna have to come in person and do your outpatient treatment.
Okay.
Okay? All right. And so then, Mr. Kucheri, you may be able to take him even just out in the foyer area or in the conference room and talk to him so that he understands the information that you just gave us, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I believe that those were the things that we talked about in staffing. As to Mr. Brown, Mr. Kucheri, did I miss anything on your end?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Ross, did I miss anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Brown, did I miss anything?
No.
All right, I'm just checking off the list. Mr. Scott, is there anything that you need to share as to Mr. Brown?
No, Your Honor, not at this time, no.
All right, very good. Miss Ross, give me next dates for Mr. Brown.
Your Honor, if possible, would I be able to conduct a face-to-face with Mr. Brown on May 10th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. and for Mr. Brown to attend the graduation on 5/19/2022 at 8:35 a.m.?
Yes, ma'am, that works for me. All right, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
I'm so glad to see you in person today.
Thank you so much.
All right, I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in celebrating and thanking Mr. Brown for his service to this country. Thank you, Mr. Brown. I appreciate you. I really do. And thank you, Mr. Kusheri and Ms. Ross. I appreciate you all. All right. Ms. Ross, do you have another veteran in the courtroom?
Your Honor, not in the courtroom, but I was waiting on Mr. Henderson to log in. He was informed. Oh, there he is, Your Honor.
All right, I still have Mr. Henderson.
Yes, Your
And
Honor.
then I believe also I see Mr. Franklin should be on.
Yes, Your Honor. He was on earlier. I'm not sure if he's still on.
I need folks to turn on their cameras. I don't know that you're here if I don't see you on the screen. So please turn on your cameras. Ms.
Okay.
Ross, for all of the in-person veterans, are you good with me releasing them at this time?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so for all of our in-person veterans, thank you again for your service. You are free to leave unless Ms. Ross tells you don't leave. All right. Bye-bye, Mr. McKinley. Bye, Mr. Warhurst. Good to see you. All right, Mr. Adams. Very good, very good.
Your
Bye,
Honor,
Mr. Dillon.
Have a good one.
Who does?
Mr. Vice is going to break our room. Mr. Adams on the screen too.
All right, Mr. Feigens, I'll have Ms. Wilson place you and Mr. Adams, who's on the screen, in a breakout room. Thank you.
thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Ms. Ross, we still have a couple of veterans that I need to do in order to complete my docket. And so where is Mr. Franklin this morning?
Your Honor,
I'm here. I'm
Okay,
here.
I need you to turn on your camera.
I'm having some issue. Okay, it would not come on first. I tried it several times, but I couldn't get it to come on. I know I'm not
All
having.
right, I can see you now. I can see you now, Mr. Franklin.
Okay, great. Okay,
I can.
got it.
All right. Yep. I need to know who's in the courtroom. There's somebody moving around. Is that Mr. Henderson? Miss Ross in the green shirt?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm going to place Mr. Henderson's name on his device. All right. Very good. Let's keep going, and I'm going to ask those that are in the virtual courtroom at this time to please stay until I have finished all of the veterans. I'm going to go to Andre Parker. Mr. Parker, I have for you Z8082731. State your full name for the record. Unmute for me, Mr. Parker.
Oh, okay. Hi, this is Andre Parker.
All right, Mr. Parker, how are you this morning?
I'm fine.
You doing well? All right, very good. Very good. All right, how did you do over the holiday?
I had a great holiday with my children and my grandson. So I just, I had a great holiday.
Okay, very good. Very good. Did you have any issues or any obstacles with respect to staying on track with your program?
No issues with that. But if you consider children being an issue, yeah, they're my issue, but not my grandchildren.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can hear you, sir. Loud and clear. All right. All right. Very good. You're back at work today?
Yes.
All right. Very good. Is there anything that you need us to help you with? Anything that, any questions you have for us?
No, everything seems to be going fine. Everything's working out. No issues, no questions that I could think of to ask at the moment, but pretty much everything's been fine.
All right, very good, very good. I learned in staffing that you're still adjusting to your schedule.
Yeah, well, I guess that's just part of my life, but you know, I've always adjusting my schedule, but it's no problem. I just roll with the punches.
There you go. Do what you have to do, right, Mr. Parker?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now, during our staffing on yesterday, Ms. Robs made a recommendation to promote you to phase 2. And so at this time, I'm going to have Ms. Robs place that information on the record. Ms. Robs?
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Parker, Your Honor, has been doing extremely well. Your Honor, he maintains consistency in negative testing, no misclaims at ATS or negative results. He's complying with his outpatient, his medical regimen he's compliant with, Your Honor. He's completed the requirements for phase 2 with the length and time of sobriety, Your Honor. He's doing an extremely good job and just accepting, you know, where he is today. And so, Your Honor, because of that, I make the recommendation for Mr. Parker for promotion to phase 3 in hopes that Mr. Parker, you continue to keep doing a great job because you're doing awesome. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Mr. Parker, there were no objections to the recommendation made by Ms. Robs. And so and actually he's going to phase 3, is that correct?
Yes.
I think I said phase 2. He's going to phase 3. Absolutely. I need everybody. Now he's smiling. At first he was. I'm like, why he not happy about being promoted? I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in celebrating Mr. Parker on his promotion to phase 3. Congratulations to you, Mr. Parker. Congratulations. All right. Mr. Parker, the mentor Parker. Do you have anything as to Mr. Andre Parker?
Yes, Shannon, thank you. So Mr. Parker is doing great. We spoke the other day, and I always have I guess, unfortunate habit of calling these young men when they're at work. So we weren't able to talk very long, but he assured me that everything was going well. He was doing well, and I can see the smile on his face. And I want to congratulate you, Mr. Parker, for doing a great job. Keep on working the program, as Mr. Reed would say. And just you know, keeping your head up high and just plowing through. So congratulations, Mr. Parker. I wish you nothing but the best. Thank you, Yana.
Thank you.
All right, very good, very good. If nothing else, let's get the dates for Mr. Parker.
Yes, Your Honor. Face-to-face with Mr. Parker on May 10th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. and a return of court, which will be the graduation, Your Honor, on May 19th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good. Did you get that, Mr. Parker?
Yeah, I'm jotting it down as we speak.
All right, very good. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Parker for his service to this country and his service to us. Thank you, Mr. Parker. We certainly appreciate you. All right.
And if I can, before we leave, I just want to, just something that I do from work that we do every year. We haven't done it in a few years because of COVID, but we do an annual food drive. So if you can remember, you know, please leave your canned goods for us to collect, to give to Gleaners food for our food drive to give to the shelters.
So do we just leave it on our porch?
Yes, you can leave it on your, you can hand it to a carrier, you could take it to your mail station, or you know how it's designed is that we pick them up from your address. You know, you leave them in bags or boxes for us to come and retrieve. It's a committee that I've been on for years. It's a big annual thing that we do every year, but we haven't been able to do it because of the COVID. So no, we're just now getting back started. You know, things are kind of lightening up as far as that's concerned. So now we're back doing it. So I just wanted to just remind people, because I am on the committee with the food drive and things of that such. Is a job that I come to work and I sometimes don't leave till like 9 or 10 o'clock at night because of doing the food drive. But it's a very important thing that we do, and it's to help the less fortunate.
Well, I just appreciate you. You know, I love community service, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. And so I'm going to challenge the team for us to participate. to get our box of canned goods together, put them on our porch, put your card on there that says food drive, and put Andre Parker's name on that little note so that they know that he's the one that told us about it. Miss Ross, we need to talk about that today.
Yes, it'll be May, excuse me, sorry, y'all. It'll be May 13th this year. You ought to get something in your mail indicating what you should do and what date. But the date that we do it, it'll be May 13th this year.
That's the day you're gonna pick up the food, or are you picking it up now?
Oh, well, you can leave them now. You know, the carriers, they should know what it's for, but the actual date of the food drive, that there's the big, food drive, we actually do it on May 13th. But, people leave some because people may not be home on that day. They may leave it after, because we pick up food generally all week long, because people are not always available on that day. So if you want to give and, do things like that, you can leave them out early and put them in a bag. It said there is a card that you can attach. The carriers, they should know what it's for. They're just not thinking, they should not think that someone is just leaving canned goods on their porch. So
we hope not.
Right.
All right, thank you, Mr. Parker. I appreciate you. I do. All right, Ms. Robbs, today let's get that message out. And we want to participate. And we should make our own little sign for 36 District 4 for the food drive and put Mr. Parker's name on it so that folks will know we are supporting him. All right, very good, and supporting people that obviously need food. Thank you, Mr. Parker. We appreciate you. All right, hang in there. Will you hang in with us for a few minutes? I think only one more veteran to go. Two, but he's not connected to audio. So somebody needs to call him and tell Mr. Henderson to get on audio. And actually, Mr. Parker, you were a part of that first crew, I think, for the morning. So I'm going to release you. I'm going to go ahead and release you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Take good care. Take good care.
You as well. Thank you all.
All right. Thank you. All
May I
right.
interrupt just for a minute? Just to let this court know, I have Damon Keith Adams here. He's from a correctional facility in North Dakota. I just want to let the court know that we don't have to do this now. It's an involved matter, but I don't know how much time we have.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fikens, he's at the jail there. Thank you so much. My memory went that quickly. Miss, do we have everything printed up for him? I'm gonna do his case now. Mr. Franklin will have to indulge me for a second, and Mr. Henderson. Thank you, Mr. Fikens. I have to, because they are helping us in South Dakota? They're helping us today. North Dakota. All right, thank you so much. If the staff, if they're able to hear, we appreciate you working with us on this morning. All right, I am ready to call Mr. Adams' cases. I have the following, and then there were 8 civil infractions. Do I have the civil? Can you print out? No, this is it. The checks that you made. All right. So I need to know. I'll have Mr. Fikes go through it. I know there are a total of 8 misdemeanors and 8 civil infractions, right? So we should have a total of 16 matters.
Correct, Your Honor. And I have those civil infraction numbers in front of me.
I have 16 matters on this sheet. We in good shape. I'm gonna write my decisions on here as well. And then the ones I have available, I'll write those up. Oh, we have 12 in the file. All right, very good. Mr. Fikens, this is what I'm gonna have you do. I'm gonna have you call out the case numbers and tell me what you're doing, and then I'll go from there, and I'll make my notes as we go. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor. I will start with SP 100-65911. That matter.
What are we doing with that one?
If he pleads guilty on that pursuant to the agreement, that would be reduced to allowing unlicensed driver to drive.
Okay.
Next is SP 100-65912. That is to be dismissed pursuant to the agreement. The next misdemeanor is SP 101-80911, 12 and 13. I'm sorry, Judge. I'm just going to take them one at a time. I'm sorry. Let me start over. SP 101-80911. That will be dismissed pursuant to the agreement. SP 101-80913, no registration. That will be dismissed pursuant to the agreement. The next matter, the next misdemeanor
You
is
skipped count 2. What are you doing with count 2?
count 2 is a civil infraction which must be paid.
Okay.
And I'm
All
sorry.
right. Very good.
I'll just keep going right down the
Okay.
list.
All right. Very good.
The next ticket I have, if you have count 3, Judge, that's going to be dismissed. The
Yes.
next ticket I have is SX34947981, a civil infraction which must be paid. SX34947982, a civil infraction which must be paid. SX34947983, a civil infraction which must be paid. My next ticket I have is 184892681, a civil infraction which must be paid. 193658631, a civil infraction which must be paid. 204549591, dismissed pursuant to the recommendation. 204549592, a misdemeanor which is to be dismissed pursuant to the recommendation. 204549593, a misdemeanor which will be dismissed pursuant to the recommendation. I have case number 207078791, a civil infraction which must be paid. 207078792, a civil infraction which must be paid. And 207078793, a civil infraction which must be paid.
All right. Thank you very much. Mr. Adams, I'm going to have you please state your full name for the record.
Raymond Keith Adams II.
All right. Thank you, sir. You have heard the recommendation from the people. It sounds like you're going to plead guilty to one matter. It's going to be amended to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. There are a total of 6 matters that are going to be dismissed, and you have some civil infractions that you need to get paid. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, very good. Please raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God.
Yes.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Fikens, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in all of these matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a guilty plea on one of the matters today, correct?
Yes.
Are you making this decision freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised anything to get you to plead guilty today?
No.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor, as to the factual basis. And I'm sorry, I didn't get the constitutional waiver. May I do a factual basis?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge. Sir, I direct your attention to citation number SP 100659111. On the date and time of that citation, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you stopped by a police officer and asked to produce a valid license?
Yes.
And you could not do so because your license was suspended at the time, correct?
Yes.
I'm satisfied as to the factual basis, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I'm accepting your plea of guilty. I'm amending the charge to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. And then, Mr. Fikes, what do you want to tell me before sentencing?
Your Honor, as I have 2 things I want to say. First, the technical aspect of it. The part of the recommendation was that the dismissals would not be entered until the civil infractions were paid. And that was part of the city's offer, and I want to make that clear. I would ask, though, and humbly, Judge, there were some penalties and interest that accumulated on these civil infractions. And we're asking this court in its mercy to consider reducing those penalties and interest. Not necessarily because Mr. Adams deserved. He does recognize he walked away from these matters, but because, Your Honor, you've always been a problem-solving court. We're trying to get this young man on his feet. He's made some decisions about how his life should go in a positive way. He's trying to return to Detroit, trying to get a job with his uncle, trying to get his license back, and that's why we're here today. So all these things are operating at this time. And so, Judge, we're asking for help in that regard as far as a reduction of those penalties and interest. Also, as to the fines for the matter in which he pled guilty, I certainly am encouraged by this young man's trying to get this done. His mother has been a supreme help in not only contacting me and Miss Mack and trying to get this all arranged, but in helping out and probably making payment, or at least hopefully giving him a nice loan so he can get his driver's license back and come to Detroit and work and be productive. He's a nice young man, very pleasant. I've got to know him over the weeks through emailing and talk to his mom on the phone. They're a pleasant family, Judge. I certainly couldn't feel more kindly towards him and his endeavor and his trying to get his life back on track. So I wanted to say those things about him because I think he's a good young man, Judge.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Fikens. I am going to take that into consideration. And I am going to waive all the penalties and all of those things with respect to each one of the civil infractions. As to the matter that your client, wait, give me 1 second. There's one last thing I need to do. All right, as to the matter wherein I've accepted your client's plea of guilty, let me ask this, Mr. Adams, you're planning to come back to the city, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, are you going to be planning to come back and do the right thing and be a productive person in our wonderful city?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, very good. Listen, this is what I'm going to do. With respect to the matters wherein you have pled, the matter that wherein you pled guilty, I am going to allow his time served there. I'm not going to assess any fines or costs with respect to that matter, Mr. Fikens. He does have a number of things that he needs to get paid off. If you could run the ROA for the following 207-879 counts 1, 2, and 3. Those are the only ones I need. And so, Mr. Fikens, I've waived all of the penalties and interest and all of those things on the civil infractions that he owes. So that should put him in a really good place. How soon can he get these matters paid, Mr. Adams or Mr. Fikens?
Judge, I spoke with his mom, and Mr. Adams, you can certainly chime in on this as well. She indicated by the end of this month. I don't know if that was something that's still on the table, Mr. Adams, if you know.
Yes, yes, they'll be paid by the end of the week.
End of the week.
Yes. All right, very good, because that's very, very important. And so what I'm going to do is, now I'm going to adjourn this until Tuesday of next week, Mr. Fikens, to give his mom an opportunity to get the totals. Might want to encourage her to call today, get the totals from Ms. Mack. And so I'm going to adjourn this to pay, which would go out to Tuesday, May 3rd. I'm gonna put it on my docket for Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. As long as your mother gets it paid, she does not have to, you don't have to appear here. She needs to get it paid before Tuesday of next week. And so as long as she gets it paid, you don't have to come back here. I'll give you all of your dismissals, okay?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, very good. Anything else for this court's consideration, Mr. Fikens? Thank you all for working on this. We certainly want people to have a fresh start, have a good start and just do well in life. And so, Mr. Adams, today you certainly, I mean, you owed us about $3,000, almost $3,000. You're not gonna owe us that much at all. And so we're putting you in a great place. You come back to this city and show us that you're thankful by being a good, law-abiding, productive citizen, okay?
Ma'am.
All right, very good. If
Thank
nothing else, thank
Judge, I
you
just-
at the in North Dakota, Mr. Fikens, go right ahead.
I just wanted to thank you, Judge. You've been very helpful to this young man, and we really appreciate the help that you gave.
Oh, absolutely. I want people, I set people up to win, but Mr. Fikens, let them know if they decide to lose, I help them lose too. I'll sign the paperwork to help you lose.
Your Honor, I told him that.
You see the faces of the folks on the screen, they looking like she sure will. All right, go ahead, Mr. Fikens.
Well, I said to Mr. Adams, the trouble is your last name begins with the letter A. So if you do start messing up, you know who you're going to see? Judge Holmes. So we're going to
Every time.
We're going to do well, Judge.
And guess what? I have the clerk extraordinaire. She gonna turn around and say, Judge, that's that guy that was in North Dakota and he back here. I'm telling you, you can't hide from me. All right, Mr. Adams, we wish you well, okay?
You have a good one.
All right, you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you to the rest of the courtroom, Mr. Fikens. I'm just getting these written up. Thank you for reminding me.
Thank you, Judge. And I can assist Ms. Mack with amounts too. I have them written down and.
All right, very good. I'm reading the penalties and interest, you know, all of that extra stuff. It'll just be real fine. I hated to interrupt the Veterans Treatment Court docket. My apologies, but I needed to take care of that. So I'm ready to pick back up. And I'm starting with Mr. Franklin. Mr. Franklin, are you ready?
Mike does not want to work today.
There you go. I can hear you now.
Yes.
All right. Very good. I have the following for you. SP 105-98852 and case number 134045831. Mr. Franklin, state your full name for me.
Jeffrey Franklin.
All right, Mr. Franklin, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm in a much better place than things in the past because now I'm working. Still, it's going to take a little while for me to get everything caught up, but I do see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm applying myself and taking care of all my responsibilities. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to be in a position to take care of those.
Yes, sir. I did hear that you're working, that you've gotten paid, and that you need time to catch up, but you're on your way. And so I'm excited about that, Mr. Franklin. Listen, I'm also proud of you for hanging in there. You know, sometimes the unexpected can cause us to fall off, right? And so you didn't fall off. You didn't fall off. You hung in there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I made a definite commitment to myself and to my spiritual intercessor, which is God, that I'm never going to violate this temple with any alcohol or drugs ever. So again, that's
Yes,
the
sir.
standard. That's the standard that I'm holding myself to.
All right. I love it. I love it. All right. I had an opportunity to staff your case. Ms. Robbs reported that you are doing very well, that there were no issues or concerns. Did you have a good holiday?
Yeah, it was quiet and uneventful, if I had to characterize it. I just watched Netflix and did a lot of cleaning up around the house and just, caught up with my family, texting and calls back and forth. So that was it.
All right. Very good. Very good. All right. All right. Did you have any questions, any concerns that you need to raise for the team on today?
Well, they're not relevant yet,
But in about a month or so, I'm going to address paying off those fees that I have so that I can get my operator's license back. Right now, I work from home. As you can see, I'm working now as we're speaking. But I'm may have to go in and start driving in later on in the future. And I really need to address that concern. It's the most pressing thing on my agenda right now. And that's to get that taken care of.
All right, very good. So you want to make sure you get with Ms. Rods and she'll tell you exactly what you need to do to get that worked out, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I will.
All right, very good. Mr. Kusheri, anything additional to report as to Mr. Franklin? All right, very good. Ms. Rods, anything additional as to Mr. Franklin?
Your Honor, as reported out in staffing, Mr. Franklin is doing extremely well. No issues at this time, Your Honor.
All right, wonderful. What's next for Mr. Franklin?
Your Honor, a return of court date of May 10th, 2022 at.
Are you doing a face-to-face?
Yes, Your Honor, I can do a face-to-face
Okay.
at 10:35 a.m. and then attending graduation on May 19th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Franklin?
Yes, ma'am. Face-to-face with Ms. Robs on May 10th at 10:30 a.m. And of course, graduation at 8:30 a.m. at the 36th District Court in person.
All right, very good, very good. Then you're in great shape. Listen, I'm going to release you to go ahead and work. Before I do that, Mr. Scott, was there anything you wanted to report out as to Mr. Franklin?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would just echo your Honor's sentiments as well as Ms. Robs that Mr. Franklin went through a period of adversity that would have rattled anyone, but he hung in there, and it's just a true testament, Mr. Franklin, to your commitment to staying true to yourself and to your goals. So I commend you on that.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Yes, sir.
All right, very good. If nothing else, I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Franklin for his service to this country. Thank you, Mr. Franklin. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
See you in person for graduation, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Looking forward to it.
All right, very good. Thank you.
All right.
All right. I'm going to do Ms. Robs. You have someone down here who needs to be tested. And so when you get finished with your veterans, if you don't already know, I can't remember if you saw everybody that was in the courtroom, but okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right. Very good. Let's go to Mr. Henderson. I have for Mr. Henderson, case numbers SP 110-488-613. Strike that. SP 110-488-61 and SP 110-488-63. And then case number U598-43121. Mr. Henderson, unmute for me and state your full name. Uh-oh.
Hello?
Yes, hello, Mr. Henderson.
Hello, Judge Holmes. How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm fine.
That's good. State your name for me.
My name is Orlando Manache Henderson.
All right, very good. Mr. Henderson, how are you doing today?
Well, actually, I'm in a good place. I'm waiting on them to come and inspect my apartment so I can move out of the domiciliary. So I'm excited about that. They're taking longer than I thought they would. So, you know, I can't do nothing about that but wait, you know, so I just don't want it to, you know, go over the time that, you know, I have for my extension. So
okay.
I'm trying to be, you know, patient and let things happen.
That's a good thing to be.
Yeah, cause you know, I was like upset and everything like that, and I just got to the point, you know, saying I want to walk out of here, you know what I'm saying? But that wouldn't solve anything, you know.
That's right.
So
it would make things worse. It would
Yeah.
make things worse.
Yeah, so you know, I kind of like calm down and everything, and try to look at it in a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, God's been working on all this out for me, you know, ever since, you know, saying I decided to come to a veterans court. So, you know, I got to go with the flow. And I want you to know that you know, I'm gonna stick and stay. You know, I hadn't used any drugs. I'd done my well, actually this would have been my third week of community service, but the people here at the domiciliary, they had some cases of COVID come back. So then they locked everything down again. So like I've done 2 weeks of community service at the VA hospital, and they love me there. They want me to come, you know what I'm saying, and be a part of their team and things like that. And I'm looking forward to doing that. And the other good thing is that, you know, I have a meeting today with CWT, right? And so I'm going to ask them, can I, you know, saying be a part of the team that I'm already assigned to for community service. So that would be like working the grounds outside the hospital. And I'm familiar with everybody there. So that'd be a good job for me.
Yes, sir. Look at you, Mr. Henderson. You're working your program.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm doing everything.
We're proud of you.
Yeah, I'm trying to do something positive. So, you know, after I get out of here, you know, then my apartment building be right down the street from the hospital. So, you know, if anything should happen, you know, so I could like walk to work, and you know, saying it's right in the Wayne State Community District, right there on San Antoine and Warren. So it's a lot going on there, you know what I'm saying? Like I got the Detroit Library, the Art Museum, the Black Art Museum. I got a whole lot of things, you know what I'm saying, to look forward to. Grocery store, China One.
All right, Mr. Henderson. All right. Well, listen, I'm glad that you're on track and that you're doing well. Ms. Robs did report in staffing that there were no issues. Mr. Kasheri, did you have anything additional to report out? All right, Ms. Robs, anything additional?
Your Honor, no, as in staffing indicated, Mr. Henderson is doing a great job. No issues to report.
All right, and then Mr. Scott.
Thank you, Your Honor. Yeah, I would be egregiously remiss if I did not give Mr. Henderson his accolades. He came in here kicking and screaming. Now he's just whimpering and tripping. So he's just, he has made a remarkable turnaround. To say he has been proactive in his recovery, Your Honor, is an understatement. Mr. Henderson went online and found somebody to pay his security deposit and first month's rent. So I don't know how he did that, but he did it and got it done. And I had to give him all the credit in the world. He has, and he's right. He was getting upset because his inspection is taking longer than usual, Your Honor. But they are so backlogged at RPI, who does the inspection. And I just told Mr. Henderson just to be patient. Don't call me again. Just be patient. So, but he did. He didn't call me. He said, Kevin, I know you said don't call you. I'm not gonna call you. But he has done remarkable, and he has really made tremendous progress in his self-growth and just his just self-control and restraint. So good for him.
Yeah, very good. All right, if nothing else from any of the other team members, as to Mr. Henderson, Miss Robbs, what's next?
Your Honor, a face-to-face with Mr. Henderson on May 10th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m. and a return to court date for graduation of May 19th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Henderson?
I got May the 10th at 10:30 face to face. And then I got May the 19th at 8:30 with Zoom again.
Nope, you're gonna come down to court on the 19th.
Oh, really?
Yes, because we have a graduation that's going on.
Oh, wow. You mean to tell me I'm gonna graduate?
No, you're not graduating, but we're still going to celebrate you on that day.
Oh, great.
I told you he was proactive, Your Honor.
I see it. All right, Mr. Henderson, so good to see you. Before you leave us, I need everyone in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Henderson for his service. Thank you, Mr. Henderson. We appreciate you. We certainly do. All right, bye-bye, Mr. Henderson.
Goodbye, Judge Holmes, and I'm looking forward to the 19th.
All right, I'll see you there, sir. All right.
Bye.
All right, everybody, that is going to wrap up the veterans treatment portion of our specialty court docket. I do have some regular specialty court cases for our other specialty court that I need to place on the record this morning. And so thank you to all of you who have served, Mr. Kusheri, to the mentors. Ms. Robbs is going to be getting with the mentors to tell you about a small change that I am making with respect to how we do specialty court, just because of the volume and all of the other stuff I have on my plate, that we're still going to render excellent service to our veterans who deserve it. And so please stay tuned, Mr. Scott and Mr. Parker, for Ms. Robbs to update you, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you all have a great day. Good to see all of you.
Take care, everybody.
Thank you.
Great day as well. Thank you.
All right.
Your Honor,
I want to do, let me just do one thing. I want to do Mr. Hankins because he's been on with us for a while. And then I want to call the remainder of the Veterans Treatment Court docket, because Nathaniel Smith, am I missing him, or did we adjust his schedule? We adjusted him for heat. So when is Mr. Smith coming on? Is he coming on today?
Your Honor, he will be on for May 3rd, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, that's with respect to case number 180-573-2901. All right, for Nathaniel Smith. Very good. Okay, Ms. Robbs, while I have you, indulge me for 1 second, Mr. Hankins, for 1 second. I need the dates to go on the record for the following face-to-face cases. I have for William Aldridge, 210-448-6001. For Mr. Aldridge.
Yes, Your Honor, his return to court date will be May 3rd, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
Okay, that's his return. One more time, I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor, May 3rd, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good. For Carl Glenn.
Your Honor, May 3rd, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
And that for Mr. Glenn, his case number is U587-67520. Thank you, Ms. Robbs.
Yes,
and then for Ralph Key, I have SP 103-07631 for Ralph Key.
Your Honor, he has a court date of also of May 3rd, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good. And then I know Mr. Mansfield is not a veteran, but he's on the face-to-face roster. And so I have case number 2000057FD for Brian Mansfield.
Yes, Your Honor, he has a return to court date of May 3rd, 2022 at 9:45 a.m.
All right, very good. And then I believe that that's it for the Veterans Treatment Court docket. So now I can go to Mr. Hankins. Ms. Robbs, don't forget, I believe you have someone down here that needs to be tested.
Yes, Your Honor. He went up to test, Your Honor, but was unable, so they made him, he has to wait for 1 hour.
Okay, very good, because he's got a test today. You can't even tell him that.
Yes.
All right, very good.
Your Honor,
All right. Yes.
I just want to let this court know, we do have a gentleman on a traffic matter in a breakout room. I just want to let you know that, we're ready when this court is ready.
All right, let me do Mr. Hankins, and then I'll bring him in because he's been on since 8:30. I know the gentleman that's in that breakout room, so you all can bring him back, and then I'll do Mr. Hankins, and we'll go from there.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Mr. Hankins, I'm ready for you for real this time. I have the following for you. I have case number Z8081221. State your full name for me, Mr. Hankins.
Zachary Hankins.
All right, how are you this morning?
I'm good, Judge. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Mr. Hankins, how'd you do during the holiday?
I did good. Went to my sister's boyfriend's mom's house, hung out with them. Good holiday. Ate way too much food, but that's what you do on Easter.
There you go. That's what you do, right? All right. And did you have any difficulties with being around people celebrating during the holiday?
No, ma'am. I'm doing good. I got 14 months today, actually.
Come on. Yeah. Let's celebrate Mr. Hankins. 14 months. I love it. I love it. 14 months. Are you enjoying being in recovery?
Yeah, actually. I never thought I could do it, but it's actually, I don't want to sound overconfident, but it's actually pretty easy. I mean, I just don't do it. I don't know. It's kind of weird to say, but it's, I was stopping every day, and now it's not even a thought.
Yes. And so it's just becoming a lifestyle, right?
Yep, exactly.
As it should be. Just like we get up in the morning, whatever you do that you don't even think about doing it, you just do it. That's what recovery should be. That's what recovery should be. It should just be a lifestyle, right? There you go.
Yep.
There you go. All right. And so, Mr. Hankins, are you having any issues or any obstacles that you need us to work through or work on with you?
Nope, I'm good. Everything's, just day by day, just keep plugging away.
All right. Do you have any questions for the team this morning?
No, ma'am.
All right. Miss Cleveland, tell us about Mr. Hankins. How's he doing?
Morning, Your Honor, and thank you for Mr. Hankins sharing his good news with his sobriety. I'm very, very proud of him. He's doing wonderfully. Your Honor, I have no issues with him at all. He is compliant with all your court's orders. And I also would like to report that he did make a payment. So I wanted him to know that I did receive that last payment that he made. So he's on track with his budget as well.
Look at you, Mr. Hankins. All right. Tell me something you've learned since the last time I've seen you, Mr. Hankins.
Oh, since last time we saw each other, I guess that I don't have the drive to go to the gym that I once had. It's a lot harder to leave work and then drive down and go to the gym. But I'm trying, I'm doing it. So it's just a new thing I've added. I just don't have that drive to go hurt myself like I used to.
I understand it. Now, you learned that about yourself. No drive to hurt yourself. All right. At the gym.
Yeah.
At the gym. All right. Very good. Mr. Reed, Mr. Fikens, do you have anything asked to Mr. Hankins?
Just congratulations on the good work you're doing. We know you're doing a great job. Keep up the good work. Keep the good attitude that you have. And be safe, Mr. Hankins. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Reed.
And Judge, I'd just like to add, Mr. Hankins, you are doing a great job. So I echo the comments of Mr. Reed. Keep up the good work and keep that steady pace that you're doing.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Anna.
All right. Very good. If nothing else, Let me get some dates from Miss Cleveland.
Your Honor, I hope this is okay. I'm going to ask if he can have a face-to-face on May 12th, which is a Thursday, because of some of the stuff that we discussed in staffing yesterday about how the docket is going to be reflected now. So May 12th, 2022 at 10:35 a.m., Your Honor. And then his next review hearing or hearing would be the mandatory graduation, Your Honor, and May 19th, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
All right, wonderful. Did you get that, Mr. Hankins?
May 12th, 10:35, face-to-face with Miss Cleveland, and then May 19th at 8:35 down there at the courthouse, correct?
Yes, sir. It'll be the graduation, and Miss Cleveland will give you the details, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, wonderful. Thank you, Mr. Hankins. Thank you for your patience this morning.
Thanks, guys. Have a great day.
You too. All right. I am ready. Before I go to the intake, I know I have an intake to do. I'm going to do that, but I want to go to Mr. Al Garabli. I have the following matters. I have SB 126-01461, SB 126-0041, counts 1, 2, and 3. Sir, state your full name for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. My name is Hamza Al Garabli.
All right, it's not afternoon, sir. It's still morning. Don't be trying to play us like that. It's still morning. I know you've been waiting a while, but you ain't been waiting that long. It's still morning. Mr. Morgan, I'm so glad to see you this morning. I don't know what to do with myself. That's okay. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Yeah. Sir.
Mr. Perry, log off.
Yes, Miss.
I'm
Yes,
gonna
Miss
call
Rob.
you.
Huh?
Log off, I'm gonna call you.
All right.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Got a repeat customer there, Ms. Rob.
I see. He likes it here. Attorney Fikes, I have Mr. McCullough Harrell and Attorney Reed here with me. I need, he needs to go in a breakout room with one of you to discuss what we discussed in staffing on yesterday.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you want to go, Mr. Reed, or you want me to go?
I can talk to him. Are you gonna do the traffic matter now?
Yeah.
And you're doing my intake, so don't go too far.
I'm doing the intake. So, you want to talk to Mr. McCullough while I do the intake?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. I'll do the
Because I
traffic.
think you've talked to Mr. McCullough in the past. I believe you had some contact with him.
Ms. Robs, I'm going to do the traffic matter,
Mhm.
and then I'll go into a breakout room with Mr. McCullough.
Thank you.
That works. Yeah. Thank you, Brian, for figuring that out. Jesse and I'd still be tussling at it.
All right, let's do it. Mr. Fikens, how are we proceeding today?
Your Honor, there is a recommendation because my client showed compliance with most of the matters that on ticket number SP 126-00411, failure to stop at a stop sign. If he pleads responsible to that would be reduced to blockading traffic, and the other 3 matters would be dismissed for compliance.
All right, very good. Sir, please raise your right hand. Unmute yourself and raise your right hand. There you go. All right, do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth and nothing but the truth. So help you God.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may place your hand down. Mr. Pikes, you
Thank
may
you.
proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sir, you understand that in these matters, you have a right to a trial and formal hearing, correct?
Yes.
And you wish to waive that right and enter a responsible plea on one of the matters today, correct?
Yes.
Are you doing so freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
Has anyone forced you into doing this or promised anything to get you to plead responsible today?
No.
So I direct your attention to ticket number SP 126-01462. I'm sorry, let me start that again, Your Honor. SP 126-00411. On the date and time of that citation, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Detroit?
Yes.
And were you stopped by a police officer?
Yes.
And that was because you failed to stop at a stop sign, correct?
Correct.
And you're admitting responsibility for that?
Yes.
I'm satisfied, Your Honor.
I'm satisfied as well. I'll accept your plea of responsible. I am amending that charge to blockading traffic. I'm assessing the statutory fine in the amount of $175. How quickly can you get that paid?
I would like to ask for some time on it, Your Honor, if that's possible.
Judge, he has had
Yes,
some,
sir.
he is asking
Oh, go
for,
ahead, Mr.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. He was asking for 30 days. He's had some financial little hiccups and would ask for 30 days, Judge. We know that's a lot more than what's usually given in this case, so, but we appreciate any help the court can give.
All right, and so what I will do is I'm going to, someone came in from another specialty court, I'm hiding. All right, I'm going to adjourn this for payment. I'll give him until, let's go to June 1st.
Thank you, Your Honor.
2022. I'll put it on my docket for 10:30 a.m. I'm going to adjourn all of his dismissals until that day as well. He won't get his dismissals until everything is paid in full.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay?
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you,
All
Your
right,
Honor.
thank you, sir. You're very welcome. Thank you for your
Thank you, too.
patience this morning. All right. Miss Jasmine, you need to see me. Come on. Is that for Miss Dickinson? She walked away. When this morning?
Ms. Wilson, I can go into a breakout room with Mr. McCullough.
I don't see him.
Oh, he's an in-person defendant. He looks a lot like Miss Robs. Thank you.
You're not scheduled for today, Mr. Aldrich. Good morning. You had a face-to-face on today. So you need to reach out to Ms. Rob.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Right, I got a notice and it said Zoom and it mentioned your courtroom. Okay, I'll reach out to Mrs. Robs. Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right. Good to see you, though.
Good to see you also. Have a great day.
All right. You do the same. So hello, anybody out there?
Yes, Judge.
Are we ready to do the intake?
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Mack, can you make a number of copies of that one, please? All right. One second, we've got to get some paper in here. I need it. No. I'm just saying. Form. And Mr. Griffin, the intake does not appear on my docket. Is that correct?
I don't know if Ms. Mack edited it this morning or not, Your Honor. It wasn't on
Okay.
it yesterday, but I did bring it down this morning.
Okay, we're good. We're good. I have the order, so I have it. Thank you. Thank you. All right, do you have the, can you print out an ROA and run the intake, the person who's going to be admitted to the program today?
I'm sorry, Judge.
If you could,
Run see if he has anything at 36.
yes, and then I need an ROA for the case that's,
It's a transfer.
he's a transfer,
Yes.
okay. All right,
But I will look. If
look and see if he has anything else. All right, Mr. Griffin, I am ready. When you are, I'm going to have the defendant please take the podium on this morning. He's physically in the courtroom. And so we are ready to get started. I have case number 2000228 FD. Sir, please state your full name for me.
Jacob Kaczmarczyk.
Say your last name one more time.
Kaczmarczyk.
Kaczmarczyk. I got it. All right, thank you and good morning to you.
Good morning.
All right, Mr. Griffin, are you ready to present?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm ready if you are.
Okay, Your Honor. This is Jacob. I'm not gonna mess up the last name, so I'm just gonna say Jacob
Kaczmarczyk.
Kaczmarczyk. He's a.
I'm a practice, Mr. Griffin. I'm a practice. All right.
We always get these.
I know, and we struggle, but we got it.
Right.
But we get it right. We do. All right.
Mr. Jacob is a transfer from 31st District Court in Hamtramck. He lived in Warren, Michigan. He's been living there. Resides with his parents. He's been living there for over 20 years. He's 35 years old. He states that he have no children, never been married. He's worked in construction at DK Housework. He's been working there for 10 years. Your Honor, this case have special circumstances. He's currently on probation in Mount Clemens Circuit Court on the OWI 2nd. When he picked up this case, it was an OWI 3rd. They holding it to a 2nd with the recommendation of the plea if the defendant commits a new crime while on probation and including traffic or does not complete sobriety court program, the defendant plea to OWI 3rd would be accepted, and the court must resentence the defendant to 1 year of imprisonment. So he does have a lot ride on this case. Even picking up a traffic ticket would violate the terms of his probation. Your Honor, his licenses are currently revoked, suspended. They won't be back eligible until January the 22nd of 2023. He was born in Malawa, Poland. He states that his overall health is good, no mental health problems. He reports he's not taking any medications or anything at this time. And Your Honor, I think I failed to mention he did serve the first 60 days of this case in jail. So he's just getting out of jail. He did do the first 60 straight 60 days, no work release or anything like that. So I did verify that he did complete the 60 days in jail. He is a high school graduate. He graduated from Casino High School in 2004. He says he has an associate degree from Northwest Ohio in automotive engineering. He is already tested. He's tested 1 time per week with the Mount Clemens Court. So I told him that would be up to 2 times per week at a minimum. He's currently testing at on-site, Your Honor. He's a resident of Macomb County. I did get him the number to the Macomb County to get on the 1-800 line to get enrolled in outpatient treatment. He was not required to do any outpatient treatment on the OWI 2nd case. He's never been to the military. He don't have any other open cases here, but I had to have plenty of conversation with him and the probation officer in Hamtramck. So Mr. Jacob understands that he has a lot right on this case. I explained the program to him. He got an opportunity to observe us today to see, even though it was a veteran court day, but just to see how the court works. So I asked him, did he have any questions? At this time, he didn't have anything. So, Your Honor, I'm gonna recommend, he did do 1 assessment, Your Honor. He haven't did the Needs Plus yet, so I need to get him to do the Needs Plus, but they did have him do the Michigan Alcohol Screening Test, the MAST test, and he scored 11 on that, which indicates a problem drinker. So I will get the Needs Plus taken care of, and I gave him the information that I will be needing from his outpatient treatment carrier. So at this time, Your Honor, I would like to submit him as a candidate to come into our sobriety court program.
All right, very good. Great job. Thank you. All right, Mr. Reed, you had the opportunity to talk to Mr. Kaczmarczyk. What do you want to tell me?
Yes, Judge, thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to talk to him. He was polite, courteous, respectful. That goes a long way with me. We did go over the court's order. We talked about testing, counseling, community service, paying fines and costs. We also talked about the fact that he cannot leave the state of Michigan without the court's permission. We talked about no drugs, no alcohol. We talked about the court's ability to amend the contract, to change the order, to change the order, to amend the order. He understands that. We talked about the benefits of the program. This is not a dismissible case, but it can be closed with improvement. We also talked about the possible sentencing, jail time for not completing the program. He's aware of that. Judge, he has no felonies. He is eligible to participate in the program under Michigan law. I would like to review his SOS to determine his driving license status. If this is his second or third, I believe his license may have been revoked instead of suspended, but I would like to take a look at that SOS. Judge, I am recommending him for participation in a drug treatment court. I believe he will be successful. And thank you, Judge, for the opportunity to talk to him. Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Kaczmarczyk, you've heard everything that Mr. Griffin had to say about you, as well as Mr. Reed. Is there anything additional you'd like me to know about you?
I just wanted to know that
I can't hear you. Let's put that mic up. No, you got to keep your mask on, but thank you for letting me ID you. All right, go ahead.
I just wanted to get in this card.
I still can't hear you.
I want to change my life. I don't want to get no more trouble. That's why I'm trying to get into this card.
I'm still having a hard time hearing you.
Go closer to the microphone.
Okay. I just wanted to let you know that I want to get to this card, so I will stop making mistakes and start to straighten up my life.
You trying to straighten up your life, Mr. Kaczmarczyk? Yes. All right. Has it been difficult for you with your drinking?
I did get caught 3 times, so it's a problem.
It is a problem, but outside of you even getting caught, do you believe that your drinking has been a problem for you?
Yes.
Because most of the time when people get caught, somebody said this to me when I first started this program, that when they get caught, it doesn't mean it's the first time that they've been drinking and driving. It's just the first time they've been caught. And so usually it's indicative of their other issues with drinking. And so you admit that there are problems. You have a problem.
Yes.
All right. And you want the help?
Yes.
And you're willing to do whatever it takes to get the help.
Yes.
Now, I've heard from Mr. Griffin's background, it sounds like you have parents that care about you.
Yes.
All right, and you live in the home with them. It also sounds like you're a good employee. You've been on your job for 10 years, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
So that means you're a good employee. And so you've got all of these good things working for you behind the scenes. And so hopefully that will be something that will encourage you to want to get on track and get things together with respect to your drinking. Okay? All right. And so this program is a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but it's good work. And we will never, ever set you up for failure. Anytime I order you to do something, if you having issues or what have you, you need to let us know. Communication is key. It is key. Because then maybe if I can, I'll make some adjustments. And so you have to communicate with us. The other thing that's very important in order to be successful in this program is honesty. You have to be able to tell us the truth, whether you tell it to me in court or you tell it to your case manager behind the scenes, whether you tell it to your attorney in confidence. You have to tell us the truth so that we know what we're working with, so that we know how to help you. When you don't tell us the truth, then that means you keep me from doing my job. And people that keep me from doing my job, they go to jail. I take my job very serious. And so I don't let anybody stand in my way and stop me from doing my job. And so be honest. I'm not here to punish you. I'm here to help you. I can't help you if you're not gonna be honest with me, okay? All right, do I have your commitment to do that? Very, very good. Who's gonna be cheering for you at home and supporting you when you're not with us in the court?
Well, I have parents, that's the closest ones, and then I have a whole family.
Your family, especially your parents. All right, wonderful. Listen, I want you to take back a message to them today. I want you to tell them thank you. I'm thanking them in advance because it takes all of us working with you and for you to be successful, and not just successful in completing the program, but successful in overcoming what has brought you to this program, okay? All right, very good. You're going to be assigned a case manager that's going to walk with you through it. Mr. Griffin, you'll be the case manager? All right, wonderful. He's gonna walk with you through this process. Any questions that you have, make sure you ask them. That's what we're here for. If something's going on, pick up that phone, let Mr. Griffin know. You're going to get on that 1-800 number today so we can get you in the appropriate treatment program that you should be in, okay? All right, very good. When is the last time that you've had a physical? Yes. You're not sure. Mr. Griffin, I'm
Okay.
putting that down for goals. Want to make sure that he has a physical. All right, you need to make sure you're healthy. Just because you're 35 doesn't mean you're healthy. You feel healthy, and sometimes feelings are just informants. Informants can be right, and informants can be wrong. And so we want to make sure that your informants are right, that because you feel good, that you are well, okay? So we want to make sure you have that physical, okay? All right, Ms. Griffin, I also, let me see. I believe that you've taught Mr. Kaczmarczyk. Yes, you're satisfied in speaking with your attorney that he explained my order to you?
Yes.
All right, did you have any questions about the order?
Not at this point.
Not at this point. You can always ask questions. Today is not the only day you can ask questions about the order. You can always ask questions. All right, Mr. Reed, did you determine that your client is eligible to participate in specialty court pursuant to Michigan law?
Yes, Judge, he is eligible to participate pursuant to Michigan law.
All right, very good, Mr. Griffin. Did you make a determination whether or not Mr. Kaczmarczyk, if he is a substantial threat to the public or if he's ever been a violent offender?
Your Honor, for lien check and JII check, he is not a significant threat to the community, and he does not have any violent offenses convictions.
All right, wonderful. Then with that, I am accepting you into our problem-solving court. I look forward to working with you. Do you have any questions on this morning for us?
No, I don't.
Nothing? All right, you've been so patient. Thank you. I want you to hit the ground running. We're getting ready to close out April. May is Drug Treatment Court Awareness Month. And so we're gonna have some things going on, including our graduation on May 19th. And so I really want you to hit the ground running. So Mr. Griffin, I'm sure you're going to connect with him today before he leaves to make sure he's all set, because when he comes back to see me, there are some things I will expect him to have completed.
Yes, Your Honor, I explained everything to him. So he got his marching orders. I already got my invitation to the graduation for the 19th. So I told him to set that day aside already. And what I expect for him to have to get done within the next 2 weeks. Like I said, he's already testing. So I just got to contact on-site to increase the testing to twice, a minimum of twice per week.
All right, very good. Let's do that effective today,
Right.
A minimum of 2 times per week. All right, Mr. Griffin, what's next for Mr. Kaczmarczyk?
Your Honor, today is the 26th. I will have him come back for a Zoom hearing on Monday, and that would be May the 9th at 8:35 a.m.
All right, very good. Thank you, Mr. Griffin, for making sure we stay true to our new schedule. All right, very good. And so I will see you on Monday. You'll be able to Zoom in, okay? And that will start at 8:35 a.m. All right? All right, so nice to meet you. I look forward to working with you. All right, take care.
And I'm on my way
All
back
right,
down
Mr.
there. Yeah, tell him I'm on my way.
Okay,
back
so
there.
Mr. Kaczmarczyk, just wait for Mr. Griffin. He'll be back down. All right, very good. Miss Robs, what do you have for me? Uh-oh, Miss Robs was getting up. I think we have, well, I have two. Let me place this one thing on the record. Michael Rhodes, is that you, Miss Robs? I
Yes.
have case number SP 111-50292 and case number 200-619-3401. Mr. Rhodes should be on the docket for May 3rd, 2022 at 8:35. No, is he a veteran?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then we need to move him to a different day. We're not gonna have him on a Tuesday.
Yes, Your Honor. Could we do May 2nd, Your Honor? 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
Okay, on May 2nd, I will need to start court at about 9:30. And so if you could put him on for 9:30 on May 2nd, that would be great.
Yes, Your Honor.
On that Monday. All right, very good. All right, Ms. Robs, are you coming out for the next hearing? And I need a prosecutor, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, can you please call for Ms. Walker to come down? And then I'll be ready to call that case. All right, thank you all. Let's see, if you could mute me, I need to make a quick phone call. And I need to do it.
Ms. Mack, can you hear me? Yes, could you send me, if we have a docket on Friday, could you send me a copy of the docket? I'm not sure if we have anything on Friday, but if we do.
Good morning, my name is Judge Shannon, I'm from 36. I'm calling for Diane Smith. Ms.
We can
Smith,
hear
I
you,
wanted
Judge.
to let you know,
We can hear you, Judge.
respect, please turn him down, I'm leaving a message. That we did in fact receive your information regarding your granddaughter. All right. I am ready to call my final case for a specialty court. I have for Cedric McCullough Harrell, case number 22WE00109. I'm sorry, let me start with the prosecuting attorney. Place your appearance on the record, please.
Shannon Walker, P 53794, on behalf of the people.
Thank you. Who's representing Mr. McCullough Harrell this morning? Uh-oh, Mr. Ficus, you are on mute. Unmute for me.
There we go, Judge. I am, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
Oh, we still can't hear you. 1 second. It might be on our end. All right, Mr. Ficus.
Okay, Judge. Can you hear me now?
There you go.
All right.
Yes, sir.
I'll be representing, Judge.
All right, thank you, Mr. McCullough Harrell. Please state your full name.
Cedric McCullough Harrell.
All right, thank you. Make sure you keep that mask on for me. All right. Ms. Robs, I'm gonna have you start off. Thank you for the prosecutor coming down. The prosecutor is on our team at all times, but when I call her down specifically on matters, Mr. McCullough Harrell, that's because we have some issues. And we had an opportunity to staff your case on, I believe, yesterday, and Ms. Robs reported some issues. Now, I just want to make everybody clear. I was already having an issue with you. Your attitude has not been a good attitude at all. It has been as if we went out and picked you to come to us. On yesterday, when we talked as a team, I indicated to the team, and I rarely do this, you are a transfer case. That means that we took you from another court who said, can you take this person and help them? Because otherwise they're probably looking at some jail time. And we said, we will take you. We'll take you, we'll use our resources, we'll use our expertise, and we will work with you. And the audacity to come before us with an attitude, it just overwhelms me. And so you know what my comment was yesterday? Send him back to his court and let them put him in jail. Because we don't have the time, the energy, or the resources to deal with things that we don't need to deal with. We can deal with people falling off. We can deal with people hitting a bump in the road. We can deal with people fighting for their sobriety. What I will not deal with is a horrible, nasty attitude, as if you are here to do me a favor. You're doing me no favors. And if we want to look at favors, I have at least 100 other folks that's doing me a favor because they are right here in the city of Detroit. They offended in the city of Detroit. So my resources should be used on them. You're coming to us from somewhere else. And so the team initially agreed with me, and then somebody spoke up and said, because of your youthfulness and because we don't want to see you fail, they started talking about working with you, that we could help you. And so I do listen to the team members. And so I'm in a position today, I want to help you, but let me tell you something, young man, your attitude is going to have to change. It's going to have to change. It must change. It is not an option. I can't teach you how to be respectful. I can't teach you how to be polite. Those are things I cannot teach. I can't teach you how not to have a bad attitude. There are other things through this program that we can teach and you can learn. You got to get your attitude together, and you got to get it together real quick, because otherwise the letter that I'm going to write to the judge that let you come here is not going to be a nice one. It's not. And I'm going to recommend that jail time. That's exactly what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to say to the jail. You came to my house uninvited, and you had the audacity to not have a good attitude. So get that together. Now, you have some other issues today that we're going to talk about. And Ms. Rob shared in staffing about you don't know how and you don't know when. And I hope that he's had an opportunity to be honest with you, because I'm not playing that today either. Because let me tell you who does know how and who does know when. Is that the test results. It's the devices that monitor. Okay? So that's all I'm going to say about that. Ms. Rob, tell us why we're here and where we're going, what we're doing.
Yes,
Or your recommendation, because I'm still not 100%. Go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor. We're here today, Your Honor, with Mr. Cedric McCullough Harrell, because, Your Honor, I received notification from James that Mr. McCullough Harold had tested positive on April 12th for opioids. In addition to that, Your Honor, I received a report on April 19th that he had tested positive for ETG as well. Upon receiving these results, Your Honor, I contacted Mr. McCullough Harold, and questioned, the results and asked him, what happened and how did we get here. Mr. McCullough Harold did indicate, Your Honor, that on April 12th, he did initially mention mama's bread, but he did also mention, Your Honor, that he ate an everything bagel, a bag of
That's sorry for him. I feel sorry for you. I do, because you knew when Ms. Ross sat down with you, you can't test positive, you can't have opiates. So if you went out and ate something and you have knowledge that that's what it's gonna result in, sorry for you. Go ahead, Ms. Ross.
Yes, Your Honor. Then on April 24th, Your Honor, I was notified that through Joe, because Mr. McCullough Harold is currently on the SoberLink device, that there was an alert of a positive result on April 24th, which initially spiked a low number, but then eventually went back to 0. I had an additional conversation with Mr. Joe in regards to this. He stated that anytime that the machine had requested there be additional submissions would be because some numbers were indicated in the system. And so they would ask that he do a resubmission of the test. Outside of that, Your Honor, we have not had any issues with regard to the SoberLink device. In fact, Your Honor, he tested today while in court, and he tested a negative on the SoberLink device as well, which will be on today.
When you say he tested negative here at court, meaning his
SoberLink device, Your Honor, he had to blow into it today.
Oh, yes, not his lab results.
No, Your Honor, I have not received those yet.
Okay, go ahead.
But he did test today, Your Honor. I am waiting on results from JAMS as well for April 25th. They're still pending, but I do have he does have a negative PBT for April 25th, in the JAMS record. But we are still waiting those, the urinalysis test. Your Honor, I had the opportunity to speak with Mr. McCullough Harold, and what he indicated about April 19th was that he's been working on a car for the last 2 weeks, using throttle body cleaner, which is a brake cleaner. We were able to look up, Your Honor, the ingredients in it, and some of the ingredients that were indicated, Your Honor, was it was ethanol, methanol, and isopropanol, and as well as acetone, which all, Your Honor, are forms of alcohol. Mr. McCullough Harold did identify, Your Honor, that he was working on the car. He failed to use gloves. And as a result, he reports, Your Honor, that this may be responsible for his positive urinalysis on April 19th.
Did we get that? Because we can have that confirmed and they can tell us whether or not it's drinking alcohol or something else. Have we sent that out for confirmation?
We have not sent it out, Your Honor. I have to get with JAMS to identify their procedures, because he actually tested JAMS, and I probably will have to do something a little different, Your Honor, because their confirmation process is a little bit different. So we may have to have another agency pick it up. I'll have to talk to you about that, Your Honor.
Okay, yeah, because I want a confirmation. If he's saying that it is something that is in the environment or something he was working with, I want a confirmation.
Absolutely.
And if it comes back that it's something other than this brake cleaner, then we're gonna have a problem, a real problem.
Absolutely, Your Honor. And I will make sure to get that, to start that process for a confirmation. But Your Honor, I did have the opportunity to speak with him. Attorney Ficus had an opportunity to speak with him. We did come up with some recommendations, Your Honor. I was able to also speak with Attorney, Ms. Sharon Walker, Ms. Shannon Walker with regards to Mr. McCullough Hero. And there's a few recommendations, Your Honor. One of the recommendations is, Your Honor, to send off for the confirmation. In addition to that, Your Honor, we're asking.
I'm sorry, Ms. Robbs, not only just the confirmation for the ETG, but the confirmation for the opiates. And we're gonna pay for all of it. I'm paying for all of it. Oh, but if it comes back that it's not what you say it is, you're gonna go to that Wayne County jail for every dollar that I spend on that confirmation. I think they're about $30. All right, so we're gonna do confirmation for April 12th for the opiates and for April 19th. All right, go ahead with your recommendations.
Yes, Your Honor. Also, Your Honor, asking that, this is his first violation, Your Honor. He is still fairly new to the program. I was able to talk to him, Your Honor, with regard to his disposition in court, his attitude going forward. He did agree, Your Honor, that, he wanted to work on those things. We did, Your Honor, talk about, just going forward, that is very important. And it affects his house and kids. So, Your Honor, I do ask that, one sanction, because it is his first time, that he stay with us until 3 today, Your Honor, and then is released. But we also, Your Honor, hold in abeyance 3 days of jail time, so that Mr. McCullough Hero, Your Honor, understands this process and understands that this is very serious. And again, Your Honor, we didn't invite him here. We're here to help him, and hopefully he understands that and and complies. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Who wants to go first, prosecutor or defense?
Mr. Fikens, do you want me to go first?
That's fine. Your call, Ms. Walker.
Okay, just briefly, Judge, Mr. McCullough Harris, I don't know you, I haven't met you yet. All I know about you is what's been said today, and you looking at me know that doesn't look good. What I will say is you're new to this program, and I understand you don't want to be here. There may be many, many reasons you don't want to be here, but the bottom line is you are here, so you have to deal with this unless you want to go to jail for a very long time. That's the first thing I want to say. So really, I encourage you to try to do this. Second of all, what I need you to understand is my job here isn't just to punish you, it's to protect the community. And when somebody comes in after having this kind of charge and their test results are showing there's alcohol in their system, there's opioids in their system, my fear is that you can endanger the community, and I have to worry about that. And so I need you to understand that I'm not doing things necessarily to punish you per se. I'm doing things because I have to protect you. But that being the case, I think you have an absolute right to have these things confirmed. But what I want to say to you is, if you waste our time and our money having these confirmed, and you know how they're going to come back, nobody here is going to look at that very favorably, and we're going to ask for a lot longer jail time. So coming clean and being honest is really important here, and it will get you so far. That being the case, Judge, I think he does and should have these 2 results confirmed, but I do agree with Ms. Rouse. We just hold them today. We hold some jail time in advance. But if these tests come back confirmed, then people will be asking for more jail time.
So let me just say this, and I'll give him an opportunity to think about it before I hear from you, Mr. Fikens. If Mr. McCullough Harrell is saying that the reason he tested for an opiate is because he ate some mama's bread and a bagel, and if he's also stating that the reason he tested positive for alcohol was because of brake cleaner, I'm not gonna hold him today. I'm not gonna hold him today. I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna give my confirmation. And when they come back, then I'm gonna hold him for a really long time. That's what I'm gonna do. Today, if he's honest with me, I wanna help you, sir. I told you that when you came into the program. I wanna help you. If you're honest with me today, we can get you help. We can get you on track. We can get you reassessed. We can make sure we have the right, Ms. Robbs can work with your provider to make sure they have the right therapeutic treatment set up for you based on the events that have happened. But if you're not truthful, we can't do those things. And then the only thing that will work is jail. So that's where we are today. I'm gonna hear from Mr. Fikens. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to speak to the court as well. Mr. Fikens, I don't know, do you need to talk back to your attorney? No? All right, go ahead, Mr. Fikens.
Thank you, Judge. And thank you for the opportunity of allowing me to speak with him. I see, and first of all, I agree, and that's what we talked about in the breakout room, the need for confirmation because of his statements to me regarding his non-use or how these substances were detected on his body. And I'm certainly willing, and when someone makes that statement to me and say, let's go get it confirmed. You don't give up on a heartfelt belief if that is your belief. If it's not your belief and you're playing games or you think you're outwitting or outplaying somebody, then you got to go in a different direction. But if it's a heartfelt belief, and he said it was a heartfelt belief, then okay, let's get it confirmed. That ties my hands a little bit. But what I will say, Judge, is this, and I think he is young. I think he suffers from that we all suffered from when we were young. I think his attitude does need some readjustment. And I think he has to stop being sloppy in his preparation and handling of materials. What I mean by that is you're in a drug treatment court program and you can't be a mechanic and not wear gloves when you're coming in contact with isopropyl alcohol, methanol, alcohol, acetone. I mean, all heavily alcohol related products. I get that, but then you have to take precaution. You got to understand where you're at and do that, and wear rubber gloves. Make sure we don't get in contact with it. It's difficult, but he's got to do that, and he's got to. I attribute that maybe to youth and inexperience, but I guess I put it in terms of sloppiness. When you're in a program, you got to do and follow the program's rules, all of them, not just some of them. Not just some of them that don't make, that make sense. You got to follow the ones that don't fit into your career choice. So if you're a mechanic, you got to take precautions and you got to do those things. I want to stand behind my client, Judge. So I think confirmation is right. I want him to certainly develop an approachable attitude, a better attitude. I think there's those seeds of growth in him as described by Ms. Robbs. I believe there is. But we've got to do things right and right by the letter. And that's what we tried to get across. And that's what I hope that he takes with him from this. So, Judge, we asked for a confirmation. We hope that that can be done quickly so we can determine what we want, where this court wants to go with him. And he needs to think about, he said he didn't do it, Judge. He said he didn't take opiates or alcohol. He said they were, he ingested poppy seeds and things. But he didn't ingest the alcohol. If that's all true, Judge, then it's borne out by the confirmation, and we'll leave it there.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Fikens. Mr. McCullough-Harrell. Where are we?
First, I would like to apologize for my attitude. It's adjustment.
It is, and we understand that. We do. This is, we take you out of whatever your normal life has been, and we throw you into this whole hour schedule, right? And we know that can be frustrating, but understand that we do it because, first of all, it's the standards of the program, and it's a program that works. And we want the program to work for you. We're not doing it to harm you. It's the standard of the program. I don't have the option to say, you can come and do nothing. Just come, let me look at you every now and again and go home. I don't get to do that. There are standards that I must comply with. And it's not designed to harm you. It does upset your life for that first, couple of months, maybe. It does. But the reason that they upset your life is because if your life was already balanced and going well, you wouldn't be here. So they upset your life so they can help you to rearrange some things so that you can gain a balance that's going to help you so that after you leave us, you never come back again. Not for this kind of stuff. You understand that?
Yes.
So we're not your enemies. We really are not. We're not. Go ahead.
At the time that I ate the baby, it was given to me from community service. Once I completed my community service, they gave me a whole bunch of stuff to take home, stuff. So at that time, it wasn't even a thought in my mind. I was like, oh, babe, I ate it. My girlfriend didn't cook. I really hate all that. So, I mean, that's not an excuse, but that's what happened. I never took any opiates. I don't even like taking pills. So I know that's a lot. But
Okay, well, we're gonna get it confirmed. We have to. That's the standards of the program. If you're denying it, we have to get it confirmed, okay?
yes. And as far as, you know, I've been working on cars for 9 years. I rarely ever use gloves, so that did slip my mind. So
All
it's
right.
saturated. It was a car, 190,000 miles. The parts that I had to cut off that car. That one day project turned into a 2-week long project work. So.
And I understand that. And like Mr. Fiken said, you've got to follow protocol because you're in a program. Because now we have to get yet another matter confirmed as to, and it'll come back to tell us whether or not it's drinking alcohol or something else. And so we're gonna have to do that. Now listen, something is happening with that alcohol amount.
Yeah, it made me wake up one day at 7 retest. It made me do it like 6 times, and I called her, and I was like, I think something wrong. And then it finally passed at like 8:30. But she told me to clean out my straw and then retest. And when I did that, it passed.
Okay.
It's like I've been leaving it in my pocket like this.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Well, I think they gave you a case to put it in.
Yeah, but at night, you know, and I had to bring it in here, so.
All right, so you want to make sure your straw is clean. Listen, because if we keep having an issue with that one, I'm gonna put you on the scram tether. You don't want to have something connected to your body, right?
No.
All right, so let's work with that soberly. Follow the instructions. If you are not sure on the maintenance of that device or how to use that device, how to store it when you're not using it, call them up and tell them, I need a refresher. Because sometimes I know they throw a lot of information at you about that soberly. Call them up, tell them I need a refresher. They'll give it to you.
No, you know, I'm a night person, like, so me being up in the morning is hard. And I wake up at 7 in the morning to blow in this. Now I'm kind of up for a minute. It's hard to go back to sleep.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is you won't be on it forever. You won't be on it forever, but we've got to get to the point where we have some negative screens. And right now, we're not there. Okay? So the ball is in your court. The ball is in your court. Listen, I expected you to come here today and be hell on wheels. I was ready for you too. Ready. Because when folks are hell on wheels, I'm more hell on wheels. And so I want to work with you. I want to work with you because you are young. And even if you weren't young, you have so much potential, sir. And this kind of stuff can mess you up. You have a good job. You have a family. I saw your beautiful baby I think the last time you zoomed in. You look like you're a good father, like you're trying to do right. And I saw you working with the baby and everything. I'm like, wow, to be young, that I was impressed with that.
I am. I took kids out of my other son too, fishing Sunday.
Yeah. I want you to know I was impressed with that. I was. Because you know, young folks, y'all be on sometimes some different stuff. Yeah. Y'all express love other ways than the old fashioned. You know, I see young folks express love by buying, you know, $150 gym shoes for babies that can't even walk. You know, and they say that's love. But I saw you actually taking out that time and working with your baby. And I was impressed with that. And so I want to help you. I want you to be able to make some good decisions throughout the life of this program so that even after you leave us, you will forever be making good decisions because every decision you make is going to impact your two babies. Every decision. If I lock you up today, that impacts your two kids, right?
Yeah.
Because they used to seeing you, right?
Yeah.
They used to you being doing whatever role you play at home. They're used to you doing that, right?
Yeah.
So see, if you make a decision to tamper with your SoberLink, if you make a decision to use alcohol, to use anything, you are now making a decision that negatively impacts your kids. I don't think you want to do that.
No.
So I want to work with you because I don't want you I don't want you to just make good decisions while you're with us. I want you to become so accustomed to making good decisions that it's just natural. It's just right off the top of your head. I know how to say no real quick. I know how to make a good decision because now I understand that everything I do impacts my babies, whether I intend for it to impact them or not. Understood? So I want to work with you. I want to work with you. I'm not going to hold him today because we don't have confirmations. So in fairness to him, even though he is a guest, and I still have a little question mark over your head.
I'm sorry to do that,
Okay.
I'm sorry that I made you feel like
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be here.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm still in fairness though. I won't hold them because I don't have confirmations. Let me get confirmations. And you know that today is the day to tell the truth. When confirmations come in, I don't look for the truth because I already have it. I had a confirmation. I don't need people to tell me the truth. So I want to work with you, but you've got to be honest with us, okay?
Okay, see, this is, okay, how can I say this, like, I don't understand what's goes to, like, the ETV setup or stuff, so it's like, the way I feel that you're saying it is like, admit to it, we didn't, just.
Oh, no. You can't lie to me. No, you can't not lie to me. That's why I'm sending it out for confirmation. No, I never want anybody to say they did something that they didn't do. No, absolutely not. Wrong impression. That's why I'm sending it out for confirmation.
Okay.
Now, if you tell me that, okay, Judge, I did something or what have you, then we don't spend money getting it confirmed, and then we work on reassessment, therapeutic adjustments. The last thing I want to do is send people to jail because they have violated with respect to substance, because when people violate with respect to substance, what that says to me is they need either a different kind of help, or we need to spend more time encouraging them to utilize the help that's available to them. Very rarely will you see someone in this courtroom now, Mr. Reed, notice I said now, because I've been going to training and I've been listening and I've softened a little bit around the edges, but very rarely will you see someone going to jail for use. Very rarely. What you will see people go to jail for is not being truthful. People going to jail for being defiant. For people going to jail for because they've been with us all of this time, years, a year or more, and they're still, when something happens, the first thing they do, they're picking up. I might have to, because I done already warned you and worked with you and done a number of things to keep you on track. And I'm getting ready to release you to the world and you still make a bad decision. So no, never say to me you've done something that you did not do. Never.
Better, so it's like,
I'm sorry, what was that?
it's like you make the second option sound better, like if I say, yeah, I did, and we not wasted money and.
No, because if you are saying to me you didn't.
Y'all just want to say, yeah, I did.
No, you can't do that, because here's the thing. If you, when we send these out for confirmations, if the opiates, we just had someone the other day tested positive for opiates, she swore she did not use, swore she didn't use. Sent it out for confirmation, guess what? It came back a negative, a false positive. And it was something else that she had used. It was not the drug. So the confirmation will tell us. It'll tell us. We've had that also with the alcohol, where it hasn't happened in a while, but I can remember someone who had a positive for alcohol. We sent it out for confirmation. It was a negative positive. And then I can't remember, we found out it was something else that was going on, but the testing was able to tell us that it was environmental, as opposed to they were drinking, they were consuming alcohol. So no, option 2 is not better unless, okay, all right, just making sure. All right, so no, we're gonna wait for your confirmation. That's why I'm not even holding you today, because I don't have a confirmation.
Okay. Yes.
Oh, okay, all right. All right, Ms. Robs, Mr. Fikens, Mr. Reed, any objection to, I'm not going to sanction him on today. I'm sending them out for confirmation, and then we'll get those results back and we'll go from there.
Yes, Your Honor.
No objections? All right.
No objections.
All right, Ms. Robs, give me a return to court date, please.
Your Honor, we can have Mr. McCullough return on May 2nd, Your Honor, 2022 at 8:35 a.m.
Wait a minute, it's May 2nd, that's a Monday. Yes, ma'am. All right, very good. Very good. And then that will be by way of Zoom unless Ms. Robs contacts you and tells you otherwise.
Yeah.
But right now, it'll be on Zoom, okay?
Yeah.
All right, sir, you have any questions for us?
No.
All right, very good. Good to see you in person. Ms. Robs is trying to look at you.
Thank you.
Oh, no, thank you. Thank you. Work this program, Mr. McCullough Harrell. Is it Harrell?
Yeah.
Harrell. Ms. Robs says your name wrong. I want to make sure I'm saying it right.
How you say it?
Harold.
Oh, see, just like I'm told my first name is pronounced Cedric, but everybody says Cedric.
Okay, so the judge said Cedric. It's Cedric.
I've been going through it my entire life. I just accepted it.
Okay, no, we gonna get it right. We gonna get it right.
Say the right name for us. Say it full right.
Cedric.
Cedric, what's your last
Cedric Antonio McCullough Harrell.
Harrell. The only reason why I know Harrell is because I know someone else last name Harrell from down south, and they spell it the same way. And so that's the way they pronounce it. Yep. All right, young man.
All right.
Do well. Thank you, Ms. Rouse. Thank you, Prosecutor Walker. And let me know about Ms. Stevenson. We need to go get Ms. Stevenson. All right, thank you. All right, Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens, I don't know what to do with y'all.
We don't know what to do either, Judge.
We're gonna actually get a lunch break? What are we saying here today?
Because I can only remind you, you have staffing at 1:30 for mental health. That'll